So, well, it was a challenging victory,
Yeah.
but it was a victory nonetheless. There are obviously side effects to such a costly victory, but the defenders, or many of the defenders of the city and the city itself, are still standing. Rebuilding will be slow, but it can be done, and frankly, there stand few foes to Brindle, provided that whatever this new threat you discovered can be dealt with. The council are grateful to all of you, and make it clear how grateful they are. They do not mince words when around their lieutenants and their remaining forces, that you were absolutely essential to the survival of this city. However, many of the common folk really don't know the role that you played. There are some exceptions. Specifically, many of the clerics know all of you well enough to know how important you were, but you do not get the... You perhaps don't feel like a hero to many of the common citizenry that you might had the losses been lower, or had you somehow managed to prevent them from entering the city.
We need to hire a bard. Spread the word.
Yeah, there you go.
That's our big problem. Giving up a bard.
PR.
You suspect.
We have money if we can hire a bard. Let's do it.
You suspect that the citizenry will remember you as heroes, but that you will be overshadowed by those that did not survive the battle. You hear whispering of the sacrifice of Serana, of Kiliar, and even of a strange creature that resembled the shopkeep at Immerstalls. In the days following your victory, I think I mentioned this last time, but Davian sort of disappears, and it becomes quite clear that he made a bargain for the wealth that you all obtained in preparation for your fight at Brindle. He isn't a stranger. He does manage to release himself from Lady Call's grasp here and there to meet with you, and to give you gifts. He divests himself of much of his belongings in hope that you all might use them, especially once it is revealed that the true battle has not yet been completed.
How do you spell Lady Call's name?
Kaal.
I doubled the wrong letter.
I got it right this time. What about Azarkul? Is there 2 A's and 2 U's? 1 A, 1 U? Do we know?
I think it's Azarkul.
Okay.
I was thinking it was just like AS space ARE space COOL.
Yeah, so Davian hints that Lady Call may be even more than you all suspected. Maybe have even a greater grasp than you all suspected. Although he seems hesitant to say too much, perhaps given some contract that he has with her.
Maybe you should read it before he signs it.
He does imply that he doesn't feel like he's being taken advantage of or in danger necessarily, but that this is a suitable trade in his eyes, even if he might have to serve for some time. He only regrets not being able to fight beside you in the immediate fight to come. And then he helps some of Lady Call's forces to, in the hours and days immediately following the fighting, to hunt down the remaining forces and slaughter them. And to, in some cases, try to obtain information from the group, from the survivors, where they can be captured. That said, he distributes some of his items to you. To Rex, he gives his healer's gloves. To Redrick, he gives a hat of disguise and a holy symbol of Moloch. To Runar, he gives a wand of invisibility and he returns your Everlight crystal. And Tor, he gives obsidian goggles and the staff of fire. And he makes sure that he returns the small fang he took from Alondri's body to Immerstal.
Runar got the wand of invisibility in the Everlight crystal.
Yes.
And Rex got what?
Healer's gloves. He also has some scrolls and wands and potions that he provides to you.
Is the Staff of Fire a regular or greater?
What level is a greater staff of fire?
8.
It's the greater one.
I think it's greater. I'm almost positive.
Yeah. Remember.
These are the items he gives you in a small satchel for you to use.
Dibs. I haven't read it yet.
He's playing
Elian gladly gives up the items he has unless you don't request them.
We'll take our 2 wands of
Magic missile.
magic missile back. Yeah, I think he'll be needing these where we're going.
He doesn't seem to. I mean, he almost seems relieved not to have to carry them.
Yeah, I bet.
Sort of like being uncomfortable with a gun, in your possession. And he seems very. I mean, he seems proud of taking part, but he looks more relieved than anything. It's clear that he was pressed into service and was happy to serve, but doesn't ever want to do that again.
Elion is his dad's name?
Yeah.
So I'm so used to not calling him that.
Yeah, same. I have a really tough time remembering his name.
Daddian? Yeah.
Granddaddy-in now.
Yes, Granddaddy. It's 2 days after the battle completes that you first learn from Immerstal and the college the news of the ruins outside the city and an indication of what purpose they served.
So day 48.
Yes.
Sweet.
They come to you, or Immerstal finds you in the evening as the city kind of falls silent. Everybody, pretty much everybody uninjured, in the city has been working pretty tirelessly to rebuild. And as such, the nights are less revelry and more quiet solace as people collapse in exhaustion and ready themselves for the next day of work. Immerstal comes to you and explains what he has found. He and his fellow researchers have found. He explains that he has some idea of where this Fane to Moloch might reside, but that he expects it will take a few days of interrogation to find much more specific results. Although you are welcome to do your own research if you wish.
Did you say Fane?
Fane, yes.
That's like a...
It's like a temple.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, it's like a temple, or almost like a shrine, it feels like the inverse, like where you'd have a shrine to Sarenrae. You wouldn't necessarily have a shrine to Moloch. You'd have a Fane, and that's the feeling I get when I hear that word.
Connotations.
Yeah.
What name did he shout? What was it again?
Azarkul.
Azarkul. Okay.
It's also likely. It also has a connotation of like a building or of some infrastructure around it. It's not just like a dais on the top of a mountain. It's probably some sort of building or facility or fortress. Right, exactly.
So it's like a Fane of Moloch?
Yes.
How do you spell Azarkul?
Azhar space KUL.
Azhar dash KUL. So this time there actually is Karzog. We added that. What was it? Apostrophe.
Oh yeah.
And we found out that in the campaign that we've just been making that up the whole time.
So, with that in mind, is there anything specific that you all want to be doing with this couple of days, either before or after you hear from Immerstal?
I was going to do, I guess I would do my automatic writing before. So I guess before I heard from Immerstal, then I would do the automatic writing about. So we didn't hear about. What did we hear about the Fane? Was that early or late?
No, day 48.
Yeah, not until the very end of the second day after the Battle of Brindle.
Well, I'm still going to do a lore check on the worm smokes and the likely location of the base, even though I don't know what the name of it is, with automatic writing.
Okay, so like on day 49 or at the end of the day on 48?
Yeah, before I hear.
Well, you wouldn't know, right? I mean, you wouldn't know that there was a...
Oh, that's true. Yeah, well, then I'll do it once I hear from... on 48, once I hear from him.
Okay.
So you do know, at least at that point, there is a Fane.
Yeah, so I'll do Fane of Moloch lore, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, that's really good.
Fane of Moloch or Fane of Azarkul?
It's Moloch.
They're the same thing?
No, Azarkul is...
Azarkul would have probably...
He's like the high...
He's the general.
Yeah, like made the Fane to Moloch.
Right.
Gotcha.
But you wouldn't have a Fane to the High Priest.
Right. Moloch is the deity here, the god.
Okay, so that was a 37.
You don't have like a
37.
shrine to the Pope, or maybe you do. I don't really know. Catholicism works that well, but I don't think you do.
No, there's no shrine to
No.
the Pope.
Statues maybe, but not really shrines.
If this Fane represents others like it, which that being temples
Mm-hmm.
to devils, to gods like Moloch,
Mm-hmm.
there are certain things that you would expect to be absolutely true. It probably takes the form of a sort of fortress, highly defensible, not like a temple would in a city, more like a redoubt. Something
Mm-hmm.
something that doesn't. It might look impressive, but imposing in its impressiveness, not beautiful.
Yeah.
And it would serve to hold the most powerful priests of that god, right? So part of what gives a Fane to a certain deity power is a hoarding of power, like a hoarding of power on the material plane. So much like priests would live and observe and raise money for like Sarenrae, a Fane would collect powerful individuals and the blood of foes slain by those individuals. So it can be expected that there are certainly going to be powerful creatures within the Fane. It's also very likely that, given the context that you know about Moloch, and that he has gathered forces outside of the devil's traditional power, that namely dragons,
Yeah.
that you should expect quite a large stash of treasure
Yeah.
that aligns with what the dragons that had or might continue to live there.
It is the Worm Smoke Mountains too. So
Probably
There's
not
also
there.
the-
That's true.
not a bad bet that there's gonna be another dragon.
Not to be confused with the Wyvern Watch Mountains.
Oh, there's a Wyvern Watch Mountains.
Yes,
too?
this is the south one.
Actually hilarious.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out.
You stand on those mountains to watch the wyverns in the Worm Smoke Mountains. But it's hard to see them because of all the smoke.
Yeah.
You can't tell if they're.
That's why you watch and don't see.
Right.
You can't tell. if
They're not called the
worms or-
Wyvern Sea Mountains, are they?
Yeah.
Jesus.
There's just a bunch of dragons that are flying erratically. Can't keep themselves straight.
I think since you rolled so highly, I think I'll also say that there's likely to be some overlap in sort of powers with the creatures you've already seen in the Horde. But there's also very likely to be creatures perhaps not suited to traveling in an army. Creatures that either just due to their natures
Don't belong
around a bunch of other creatures, or perhaps
Really
just
stinky dudes.
are much more just a lot of BO,
Yeah.
or perhaps much more tend to isolation or something. So I know that's not very specific, but
devils. More devils.
The the day 48 is the day after the battle, or is
2
this-
days after the battle.
So, the day after the battle, I would cast Dream Message to tell the people of Denevar that we won, that we defended the city.
Okay.
And while I'm at it, probably ask them if there were any survivors from Redemption's Roost or from Doth, that like my people that made it there safely as refugees. And then the next day, day 48, once we've discovered this issue with the Fane, I would basically reach out to my dude in the, what's his name again? The guy I make that's the Seren Ray priest.
They're tight. They're dudes.
Oh, you mean the
His
one
mentor.
in...
Yeah, Luca.
not the one in Brindle, yeah.
Yeah, and be like, basically, since he's a cleric, he also has access to dream message, logically speaking.
Okay.
And I'm basically going to say, look, we basically think there's more to this. It seems that this may have all been a plot to feed Moloch, and we're looking for his temple where his high priest might be located, and give him the lowdown, and tell him that if he has any information that it's paramount to the safety of the Veil. If any priests, Seren Ray or otherwise, get information, please send it our way via dream message.
Okay.
And I think that that same day we probably want to interrogate the guy that Frederick captured, and see what he'll spill. Like, what I'm thinking is, does he know of like where it is? Has he been there? And is there like a incognito entrance to the place? And how do we get in without, I don't know, stepping on a pressure plate and blowing ourselves up?
Which guy are you trying to message?
Him?
The guy we're trying to interrogate?
Or trying to interrogate?
It's
yeah,
The mercenary that we captured.
the assassin.
Oh, okay. So you never see him again.
He got out.
You don't know, but you never see him again. And no one seems to know what you're talking about when you ask about him.
Can we find the people that we gave him to?
Yeah, you can try. Yeah, absolutely.
Lady Call's people took him. Is what I will.
Well then,
I will present a theory.
we should ask Lady Call. She knows where he is.
Yes.
I think she would know, right?
Yes.
What was that?
I don't know. Something outside?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I thought it was part of that.
Your doorbell catch anything?
It's probably just deer.
You know, I've heard weird things from deer. I don't see anything. Well, yeah, let's find Lady Call and ask her if she knows after this prisoner.
Lady Call is very busy, as you might expect, but perhaps in respect for
Well, that's kind of deviant,
the great accomplishments that you have made, she does not leave you waiting too long.
I mean,
with her.
So kind of where we saved her entire enterprise.
That and being the center of information in the city, in a sense, she should be aware that if what we're looking into here is kind of important for the city as well. Not knowing what their rituals they're doing could do. Anyway,
She ushers you into a comfortable sitting room, sort of a big grand hall, not one of the sort of tight offices that she liked to meet with you before, but this is like a big comfortable lounge, basically, that she invites you all into to relax and discuss. She even provides you drinks and alcohol if you
I don't drink anything.
If you
She
request.
offers whatsoever.
I do.
I take out a spoon of purifying spoon and just mix it up.
yeah. She probably. I'm sure she appreciates that. Honestly.
If this lady wants to kill me, man, this,
I just drink it.
if she's about to poison me here, she's about to poison me.
I mean, I'll sniff it as I'm bringing it up to drink it, but not obviously. My medicine is good. If it's an obvious poison, then great. If not,
Yeah.
I'm not like I'm not trying to
You
figure out
you
what
detect that it's
this is.
poison. Specifically, it's called alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
She got me.
Very easy to detect.
I'm a master at medicine. I think I would know.
Master of medicine.
Now pass me that.
I like imagining.
Now pass me that bottle of whiskey.
Yeah. This slightly drunk Rex just being like, I'm a master of medicine. There's alcohol in this.
Well, I'd be like, I'm a master at medicine and stealth. Just knocks it back.
Okay,
Where
so
did it go?
actually, so you do hear back from Redemption's Roost, and you find that it was not a total loss. There were casualties, and
While they retreated.
the area, yes, but it wasn't a total loss, and they are, let's say, pleasantly surprised with
The news.
not only the news but also that the forces were destroyed before they could truly pass down into the southern area of the Vale and basically level everything. They basically dealt mostly with raiding parties, not huge swaths of enemies.
Yeah, if it was a full army, they don't stand a chance.
Right.
So.
Right. And they say that many, there were a great deal of locals that escaped into the forest between Douth and Prosser, and that most of them found safety there. The ones that were able to flee there and hide.
Well, some of them were able to hide in the forest to the east of Doth. Yeah. Or just make it all the way to Denver.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that witch still available for scroll crafting, by the way, or she skipped town?
She didn't skip town, but she also will upcharge you.
Okay.
She'll upcharge us?
Yes.
Is that after the battle she's upcharging us?
Yeah.
Was she in a discount before?
No.
No, but
Was
she would, because everybody's focused on rebuilding right now. Stopping to craft things for you means that they're distracted from
Does
that.
she live outside of town or in town?
Well, now she lives in town. She wasn't a local resident, but
Like
she's kind of made
imagining
herself
that,
one.
That she's like not really actually doing anything, and we're like, can we get this scroll? And she's like, yeah, it's more expensive now.
It actually seems like pretty much everybody here is dedicated to rebuilding the town.
Did the dwarves stay?
No, they went at Jarmath's request. They were sent to continue what they do best, which is to chase down the remaining fleeing remaining horde and destroy them.
Outside the circle, suckers.
Yeah, they're not getting anything out there, unfortunately.
Doesn't count.
Your Luca messages you congratulations for your success at Brindle, and expresses that there are some in Denevar who wish to be made whole by that they feel as if they were one-upped by Brindle's treatment of the refugees, and that some will be sending forces to help rebuild Brindle in a ways to not owe you anything. So there is that to look forward to, if nothing else.
I'll relay that information to the city planners, who are presumably trying to, or who's heading the rebuilding effort.
Lady Call, though, asks what she can do for you.
We're looking for our dear nameless friend, I believe, that we captured shooting arrows out of a house during the battle. Hobgoblin-looking fellow with weird hair fur, right? Is Is that what his special features were?
He was devilish looking. Was he? Lance and I were talking about this because couldn't remember. Was
Was
the
he a-
sniper hobgoblin mixed with
He looked strange.
fiend, or
yeah.
did he look like human mixed with fiend?
It's honestly a little hard to tell exactly. He just looked a little odd, like a little wrong.
Yeah. Definitely fiendish. Just hard to say what kind of.
She says, what do you need with him?
Information. He was intended to be kept prisoner at the Church of Sarenrae, and I was disturbed to find out that we never found him there. And so I'd like to restore that. What's the term? Yeah, the charge to the Church of Sarenrae.
Wait, say that again?
I'd like to return his imprisonment under the church. I'd like to get the church keep prisoner, not Lady Call.
Oh, I see.
There's a term there that I'm not remembering.
Custody.
Custody. Thank you. That was the word. Yes.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm afraid that won't be possible. However, we were able to glean a great deal of information.
Have you killed him?
Oh no, he's very much alive.
Insight. I want to know if he's lying.
Okay, sure.
Why wouldn't it be possible? Why wouldn't it be possible to see him?
He is busy.
He learned greater invisibility.
Or I'm gonna aura sight her as well, and they also make a check.
36 is perception, right?
Yes.
36.
30.
Perhaps disturbingly, she seems to be telling you the truth.
Oh, he's getting tortured still. Nice.
Yeah.
Kind of what I expected.
Get busy with what?
Work, of course. Someone that useful? I have much work for him to do.
I didn't hand him over for you to pay him.
I'm not paying him. He owes me. I've saved his life.
Was a
I
mercenary.
saved his life, but
Well, he doesn't know
I
that.
look like a little bit confused towards you. I'm just like, didn't we? I mean, we talked about paying him, right?
I
giving
talked
him-
about killing him.
Well, yeah, it's either pay him or kill him.
we did.
So we can't. He's gone. We can't talk to him.
Not in the short term, no. His name is Scather. I believe you met some of his countrymen.
Doomfist?
Oh no, not at all.
The Barghasts.
He's an interesting creature, and I find that he is simple in that he just wishes to serve.
You just gave her a Barghast.
He just wishes to be useful, and he relishes in his own skill set. I just decided to turn it towards something a little more productive.
Rudar he audibly just like snorts as she says that and rolls his eyes.
You'd be surprised how easy it was to convince him to turn around and slay his once colleagues.
Is he like really good at fletching?
Well, he's quite good at putting arrows through other creatures' bodies in places that make them leak quite badly.
No, so you're kind of.
I'm not. He's not that good at it. Like we're still here.
Yes, well,
He never
he
hit
seemed rather, let's say, overwhelmed by your interaction. You made my convincing him quite easy, actually.
Oh, you're welcome. We live to serve too. What was he? So is he not a? Is he not a? What are they? Kobolds? What is he?
Hobgoblins.
He was a changeling.
Changed.
Yes, I think you encountered some of his countrymen. I won't say friends.
The Bogdasts.
No,
But-
the
Spiders?
the spiders,
The spies.
spies,
Oh,
the
the
poisoners.
spider
Yeah,
Maybe.
things.
We don't know.
Those are tricky.
Those are changelings.
I didn't really get to fight them good myself. I wasn't feeling myself when we encountered them.
Oh right. Yeah, we died. Actually,
Well, you two died.
no, you died.
I was fine.
You died.
I mean,
Was his body moving? No, I was alive before you were back alive. You were dead.
I didn't die.
You were dead.
No, someone else killed my body.
So, anyways,
It's different.
while Tor was dead, I don't
Kron
know where I'm
was
going with
dead.
this. Yeah, so they died. I guess it's kind of that's tough. You had 2 deaths. I suppose that would be a lot for a man.
So we've now found you 2 key resources for your employee. Is that all right?
That is one way to look at it, I suppose.
Do you need more? Maybe we should just be a recruiting firm.
Staffing.
Honestly, not a terrible
I shake
idea.
my staff in agreement.
The
Staffing,
staffers
yes.
of Brindle.
Yeah.
Call of the staffers.
What's in it for him that he continues to work
Staffers
to work for you?
call.
Well, I simply convinced him that it might be more entertaining, more
Call to
rewarding
arms.
to work alongside talented, experienced individuals like your good friend Davian, and do bring some good into the world, especially when he's safe from the harassment of these hobgoblins and no longer has to worry about them.
Do you find your group is chiefly concerned with bringing the good into the world?
Oh, certainly.
Huh. Did you know that?
I mean, no, but I also didn't know very much aside from the fact that she knows a lot.
Speaking of which, what did he tell you?
Yeah, I kind of want to know where this Fane Malik was, and he's our best choice. I hear there's a lot of good shit to kill in there.
Well, he didn't mention any Fane. He
How about a fortress? Maybe he's stupid.
he shared that he and his kin were captured within Westdeep.
Find most individuals a part of a losing army were captured along the way.
Yeah, true. Unwilling participants.
Poor souls, really.
His
Deep forest.
to hear him say it,
To the west of the
most of his kin were indoctrinated into this religious cult to Moloch. They took to it quite fervently, let's say. He demanded more convincing, I suppose. And it sounds like a bit of gold did the trick.
Also, he was being paid.
Yes, in a manner of speaking.
In the way that Davian's being paid.
It seems as though these Chaos Lords were quite able in their own methods of diplomacy. They promised quite a lot.
Excuse me, plural?
Well, Scather, he mostly dealt with this Karn that you slew. Not the Azar that seems to be still out and about.
So they promised him a lot, And I believe I recall him saying, they don't pay me enough for this.
Yeah.
So as much as they paid him, wasn't enough.
It seems that just providing some company and a nice place to sleep and some new clothing put us well on our way to being on good terms again.
Especially when I'm guessing the alternative wasn't as pleasant.
Well, we never had to find out.
Was this all done before the war was finished, or is this something that you put into motion after the dust settled?
Well, I don't like to waste any time.
The crows always start feeding right after the battle's over. Scavengers don't usually wait long.
I mean, the bodies are still warm. You don't want to let them cool.
It sounds like she put them to work before the battle was even over.
Well,
If she didn't want to waste any time.
still beating bodies are the warmest, yeah?
The ones that are alive, yeah.
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 What did you have in store for our friend?
Well, I had promised that he'd be safe, and I promised that he would. That I'd give him a second chance. And before I had any opportunity to do any of those things, he's gone. You swept him away.
Well,
you gave him a second chance.
By all rights, I suppose you have done that. But I still do feel perhaps a bit guilty.
Maybe next time you ask me.
I might do that.
I'd say you owe him one.
Hmm.
She doesn't like that. I choose those words specifically.
I'm looking at her like
doesn't
she owes me
that.
one, but
How about this? Your colleague.
it's a very vague term coming from you.
Already working quite hard on my behalf, hunting down some of the remaining forces outside of the city.
Don't get me wrong, I appreciate your initiative.
Davian's debt could be paid down a bit by this loss of your promise to Scather.
I'd be okay with that as long as it
A
comes.
finder's fee for our recruiting firm.
Yeah.
As long as it comes with. As long as I can talk to him next
As long
time.
as
he's
it
around.
comes with material gold. He may or may not
Alone.
put towards repaying his debt.
She nods,
How much is it worth?
and she'll hold out a hand to shake.
Can we get a second mortgage on our Davian?
We'd like to refinance.
Insight.
Okay.
Can I trust this? I'm sure.
I mean, no. But
I'm sure her
you
bonus
can
is-
also insight it.
I'm sure her deception is stupid high, but 26.
I'm still watching her, so I can aura say it for you.
You feel that she does not walk into a bargain of any kind lightly. And that while perhaps she has something up her sleeve in the manner of the request that you just made, she doesn't intend to sort of break the contract if it's shook upon.
She's gonna screw you over, but not lie while she does it.
Screw you over.
Does it seem like she's trying to skirt but she's telling me the truth, but just like, oh, we'll reduce the debt by a copper piece. Is that the kind of shit she's trying to pull?
No, you don't think so.
Okay.
You think if there's any sort of subterfuge here, it's an unwillingness to lose a chess piece in her game.
She doesn't strike me as a cheap person.
Yeah,
After
she shouldn't.
lending us
Yeah.
10,000 gold.
Cheap, no.
No. Well, no, but that doesn't. Yeah, I don't really know her as well as, say, Davian does. I don't think I'm going to be able to gain custody over him again very easily, so I'll nice. I'll shake on it. I'll agree with this.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay.
Oops, I'm sorry. But you. Thank you.
What else can I do for all of you?
find the. I would have looked on day 47, by the way, for any sign of Green Dragon's body outside of the city, and then also any signs of direction that Black Dragon might have gone. Whether I see something by the shoreline of the Elseer that he might have gone in for a dip or burrowed somewhere or something. That's how I'd probably spend day 47 largely.
Yeah.
But I'd ask her if she saw any signs of the carcass of the green or signs of location of the black.
There have been no reported signs of this black dragon that you described.
He's such
There are some reports that we've heard in our interrogations of a green dragon being taken west, or perhaps the body of a green dragon being taken west.
And your forces haven't caught up to the responsible ferry service.
We've dedicated none to such a pursuit. We felt it best to keep most of our forces within a day or two of the city.
I don't like it.
It's not impossible, Black Dragon. Well, maybe not. Never mind.
How much is your going rate for carcasses of other monsters that might attack the city?
You intend to go hunting? Is that what I hear?
I look over at Rex.
It is what I do.
Well,
I'm thinking like things that could, level the walls that are currently being rebuilt, and maybe have intent to do so.
I think I could offer you some of gold for any such finds.
I'm sorry, it sounded like you said gold. You meant platinum?
We could discuss the specifics of the payments, but I think in general, the more vile the creature, the more platinum I might have to spare.
So you got no ideas from your people on where in the worm smoke this last rat might be holed up?
Not yet, although it is a rather large focus of some of our interviews.
Alright.
Maybe you should try a little harder.
Yes, perhaps you're right.
Anyway, take a drink of my drink.
Is she drinking any of what's been poured?
Wine, yes, yeah, she's drinking.
So, yeah, well, most of this, I don't know, political fencing, whatever is going on here, is going over my head. I just want to know when you know about a location I can take care of another problem from, so, let me know. I've got a green dragon head to track down going a certain direction anyway, so hopefully it's that way. I just knock back the rest of the drink. You guys need me anymore? I'm gonna go outside.
I'm gonna leave as well.
Okay.
Thanks for letting this in. Also, I don't know, this is really good. Just set it down on her desk. There's like a coaster right next to where he sets it. He picks it up and like moves it over.
After
Nods at it. Just walks away.
after everyone kind of gets up, I'll just be like, how much? Is Devian in the room with us?
No, he's out currently hunting.
Is Devian in the room with us right now?
How much do you pay people in your employ?
I pay a fair rate, depending on the danger of their
Yeah, no, I'm
missions.
looking. I'm looking. I understand, like fair rate, sure, but like, how much?
Ballpark? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I mean, eventually the city's gonna be saved, right? And they'll need something to do.
Oh, well, if you're willing to perform like you did in the Battle of Brindle, I can pay for as much as 50 to 100 gold per mission.
Yeah, okay.
A day or two's service and 100 gold in your pocket.
So it's only 1,000 missions for
100.
100 missions for Devin to complete before.
Well, if I can find the work for him.
All right.
Is there a window in this room?
Is he
Yeah, there are
able to,
windows
like,
here.
go have fun if he's not working? Like, does he get a day off? Is he a slave or an employee?
His servitude is not indentured. He simply must work for me and when
he
I
still
ask
has all his teeth.
until he
He simply has to do what she says until he pays off his debt.
Yeah.
You see, Rex does like he's already out the door, but he backpedals a little bit, not because of hearing this conversation, but because a thought came, and he like leans back. I have a request. Is there any chance that could have like permanent discounts on drinks at Riller's place?
Well, I believe that you all owe him a debt. I think if you pay that debt,
Why?
you would it's quite likely that discount would be in perpetuity.
I mean, he's got a pretty badass dragon head that I hope that's mounted.
If it's not, I'm sure it will be soon.
Freaking better. Yeah, just walk. Just go.
Is the death a dragon head or is it something else?
So
Yeah, the green head.
Okay.
So if they're we're like on the second floor or something.
You're on the first floor, but you're in like the parlor, and it's got some windows out to the courtyard of the estate.
Okay. Well, instead of walking out the door, I just like open up the window, like I'm going to look out the window, and I just vanish and teleport out.
Do you prefer your wine iced, chilled?
Not generally.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
Just curious. All right. Well, I just sort of nod awkwardly and leave, and you just hear me like muttering angrily to myself.
You pass Rex going back one more time down the hallway.
I like it's definitely one of those like I start exiting the room. If you're starting to double back, we like awkwardly have to like shuffle
And I'm
past
like,
each other.
I mean,
as we
there's
pass.
probably a guy at the door in the hallway, like
Yeah.
that keeps opening it
Yeah.
for you. As you know.
Yeah. And this time we're like, sorry. Oh yeah, one more question. Do you think
You
you're
hear, like,
gone?
footsteps.
You're gone. Redrick's just standing in the office still. Do you
yeah.
think?
I stand
So-
awkwardly like 8 feet away from
Yeah,
you.
because we just passed. You're like,
like
why'd you go back in?
waiting. Like
Do you think like Rilor would want to hang out sometime?
She walks over to you and speaks so that in the effort to try to make sure only you can hear.
Yeah.
And she says, so she sort of drops her like her sort of relaxed voice, and she gets a little bit tense, and she says, honestly, all he's been talking about for the last 2 days was how cool it was that he killed Karn with all of you, so probably a pretty good chance.
Let's fucking go. Rex just smiles, and now he's like just out. He's just like gone. Thank you. He like waves.
And then she turns back and she says, your colleagues really like to make an exit.
Yeah. Yes, they do. Look, it's hard enough saving people, especially people these hobgoblins. This may be the best thing that Scather could be doing right now, but
you would have liked to have some input into that decision. Is that how I'm understanding it?
That'd be understanding it, yeah. And I just kind of like, I finished my drink, maintaining eye contact with her, and just shake my head and I was all that out, having made my point.
It's funny. I feel so in character to Rudar right now because I despise this woman as Rudar despises this woman, and I am feeling that right now.
Redrick didn't really like the way she did things before,
Mm-hmm.
but now she has specifically crossed the line with me.
Yeah.
Not just been in generally, not something he would like approves of.
I'm on board, especially after that. I didn't like her before. Just absolutely despise her right now.
Very unpleased. Very displeased.
Before you go, I hope you understand that Jarmath is quite pleased with your performance in this battle, even if the
He was unconscious for the end of it.
even if he perhaps survived a little worse for wear. He intends to make good on his thanks, provided you are able to succeed in pursuing this last Chaos Lord.
I get the impression that if we aren't successful, his intentions to make good on our performance won't be of any significance anyway.
That's the idea. There is something I'd like you to find for me. I trust that if we make an arrangement, that you'll be good to your word, and so I'll ask you. I'll offer it to you. I seek no binding contract, just the offer. Should you find this item for me, I will ensure that Jarmath's coffers run a bit deeper when he decides to reward you. There's a ancestral item that was stolen from this group of changelings that Scather told me about. I'd like to have it. It's a necklace of sorts. If you find it in the Fane and return it to me, I would much appreciate it.
I don't suppose you'd answer if I asked you why you wanted it.
The truth is quite simple. I think, based on the research I've done, that it would be quite useful to me.
That doesn't answer. That was the assumption going in.
Well,
I assume you didn't want it to hang on your wall.
You'll have your hands on it if you do return it to me. You'll know what it's capable of. If you don't wish it to be in my hands, then don't return it. Keep it for yourself.
Very well. Keep an eye out for it. I'll leave.
It's another day and a half before you hear back from Immerstal. Is there anything you all want to do in that what does that come out to? I guess 36 hours.
I'll probably attempt a rune transfer, assuming that there's nothing else
Yeah.
for us to do.
Yeah.
But also, do I hear anything back from
Oh, we saw her on day 47.
Yeah.
from Denovar and they know of any research they're able to discern about the place where this Fane maybe?
No, not yet.
All the All the United Priests of Denver don't have anything.
The
I say united, but that's kind of a stretch.
Luca seems to imply that no one in Denver had spent much time thinking or caring about what might be hiding in the Wormsmoke Mountains, and so they're at a bit of a loss.
I mean, knowing about your enemy, in this case, their enemy being the enemies of your gods,
Yeah.
seems like something they should know a little something about, but the
Yeah.
Wormsmoke Mountains are a fair bit away. Okay.
What's that
Wow.
message?
Wait, didn't I finish making? Yeah, I finished making the size changing rune, but ran out of time to actually apply it.
Yes.
I think that's correct.
So
Yes.
I'm going to try and apply it tonight.
Okay.
Do we have any other runes to? We have a pickaxe.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, we never got the loot, card loot.
Yeah.
But we got it. We don't know what it is.
Yes. We would like to identify Karn loot.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
He was a
Whatever.
bard?
I can't. Somebody can identify the Karn
Yeah,
loot.
I'll give it a whirl. That's a solid whirl. 18 plus 33 Arcana. Or can I use occultism?
I think Arcana is appropriate in this case.
Okay.
Let's see here. So, what are you? What would you like to identify first?
So what is there? There's the pickaxe, and is there anything else?
He was wearing armor as well.
Plate armor.
Alright, I'll look at the armor first.
Okay. 33 is enough.
Can burn my skill. Burn my last card. I already pre-rolled in this my next ritual in the assumption I'm using my last skill check.
It is +1 resilient full plate, but it is not made of metal. It is made of dragonhide. So it looks sort of like a deep copper in color,
Mm-hmm.
and it gives you +1 bonus to +1 bonus to AC and saving throws against attacks and spells.
In addition to the resilient.
Yeah, in addition to to resilience, this is an added effect against fire, basically.
So fire attacks and spells.
Yeah.
This is just give a +1 AC to all attacks and spells and fire. It's presumably fire spells and fire attacks.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yes.
I'll try the second one too. The pickaxe.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna need to use my. Same thing. Arcana. Or can I use occultism?
Arcana in this one.
It's a 32.
32. I think that's enough. 32 is. Yeah, it is a +2
Wounding.
striking, shocking, great pick. And great pick by default wounds when it hits.
That's fucking ridiculous.
What?
What?
Told you it's a friggin'
I knew it was a power gamer weapon, but my gosh. +2 striking, shocking.
I think that's right. Hold on, let me check. Let me double check the.
Based on the
Is
reaction,
it a-
I would say it's shocking.
That is very
Raider
shocking.
striking rune?
But I mean,
Stop
he was.
doubting. Stop
That's
doubting.
greater striking.
Let him
Okay.
let him finish.
We're gonna have some, we're having very. We're having some
We
very-
were getting hit. Well. it
Oh,
doesn't-
okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I mixed this up a little bit. It's a +2 striking, wounding great pick, and the armor is +2 resilient,
+2.
full plate. Full plate
Dragonhide.
dragonhide, but it's not red. His is not red. It's blue.
So against electric.
So it gets electricity.
Oh, which means, guys, there's someone who has. There's someone who has the same armor as the fire.
Well,
So and
there
so-
might be a yeah. Well, I won't. Never
No, I
mind.
mean,
There's also a third item that you found, which is
Oh,
Sorry, what was the great
armbands.
pick?
Ooh, armband.
+2 striking, wounding, great pick.
I'm gonna reroll that. Use my last card so that I can re-up. Okay, that's gonna be 30.
They are armbands of athleticism. He did not need these, but he had them anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he didn't look like the type of guy who really needed them.
+2 to athletics, and +5 foot item bonus to climb and swim.
Wow, those are insane.
Fuck.
Noise.
Well, much as I'd love these, I think
Plus
someone
5
else.
foot bonus. That's like a 20% gain for him.
Yeah.
Much as I'd love to
Well,
keep these,
Considering you
they're better used in someone else's hands.
you climb and swim at like quarter,
5 feet. I think it's
really
5 feet.
good, yeah.
it's like a huge improvement.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Would it give you a swim speed if you didn't have one?
it doesn't. You have to succeed on an athletics check.
Okay. When you swim, you make nice pass.
But yeah, I mean, I will tell you guys what these are, and since I will not be able to use either of the, I could use the armbands, but I'll probably give you guys the great pick and the plate and the armband, and let you decide what to do with them.
Well, I definitely love that +2.
Yeah, armor.
Yeah.
Feels like you may have earned that.
Guy bastard had a rune buff on rune diff on me.
Now, look at the great pick. I don't know. We want anything off this?
I'm good. My weapon is as strong, and I'm not a fan of wounding in general.
I don't know if I want to put.
That makes sense.
I don't know if I want to put wounding on my
Halberd,
glaive.
Scythe.
What do you have right now?
Just flaming and an open space.
Oh fuck.
Seems.
I mean.
Yeah, seems like a pretty.
There's other options though.
Oh, you have another room.
No. But we could have another room. There were ones that were still available to buy and use from Shank.
Wounding is so hateful that I would suggest putting. It's such a hateful thing after watching that battle. People getting wounded back and forth.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
it's a little extra tick.
Right, it runs counter to Redrick's
Yeah.
dedication to
for sure.
saving people,
Yeah.
or redeeming people. I should
I've
say.
identified. I would also do harrowing for Rex and myself. I already rolled those. And so this is day 40. I don't know. Could we be part of the people who are hunting down enemies outside of the walls?
You can. You'll just want to make sure that you can get back to town. I mean, I assume that you want to be around town in case, someone has news for you. But yeah, you're welcome to go hunt stuff down in the meantime. All the reports you're receiving are that the creatures that are left are without leadership and have been easy prey for the few few members of Lady Call's forces and the dwarves to destroy.
It's probably better use of my time to go to the Brindle Library if I'll name. Well, actually, he already knows who I am.
Oh yeah,
So I'm sure he'll let me in.
oh yeah.
And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna research and read anything I can find that might help me find the location of
Okay,
this base
okay. So
or a general area.
what does everyone else want to do on day 49?
Is day? Well,
So day after we know about.
Yeah.
well, the day that we get, am I free to use the armor? Is that what we're?
Yeah.
Is that here?
Yeah.
Okay. The day we get that, I would like it to see if
First day.
like I want to. It looks good, but I'm worried of wearing the armor of the enemy general that we just killed.
Sure.
Especially since he was in service of a deity that I'm not a huge fan of. So I would, if I can get a hold of her. What's the Pope's name again? Damn it.
Chador.
Oh, Tredora Goldenbrow. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, see if I can get like an audience with her and get her inside opinion and see if there's any of Koth's wickedness on the armor.
She also does not turn you down, although she doesn't seem very interested to grant audience to anyone else.
Yeah.
But she absolutely will schedule. She does not grant you immediate audience. She schedules a time to meet with you.
Fine.
But yeah, you meet her at the temple. She has like a private chamber.
Ooh.
That is like, it's basically just empty. It's got like a sleeping mat and that's it.
Okay.
It's like a little shrine to Sarenrae and that's it. But she congratulates you on your fine effort and asks what she can do for you.
I was simply seeking your advice and senses, I suppose. We found this on Karn's corpse, and it looks to be better than what I'm currently running with. I'd like to go into this upcoming battle as equipped as I can, but this was worn by a champion, Koth. I don't. If there's any of his influence upon this, I don't want to wear it. And that kind of thing, sensing that kind of thing, is, I think, outside of my abilities. I was looking for your guidance and your insight into this.
I understand. An evil thing you hold there, but I do perhaps like the idea of it being turned against its master.
Yes.
There is a poetry there that I think would please Sarenrae.
Redeeming the armor, even, I suppose. Putting it to good use.
If you would leave it with me for a day, I will use what powers I have to attempt to discern any malicious taint on the armor and remove it if necessary.
I would appreciate it. Thank you. I'll just smile at her and just like, still kind of can't believe we did it. We pulled it off.
Well, I hear that perhaps there is more here in the Vale that requires Sarenrae's light.
Oh yes, but won't that always be the case?
Perhaps. Hopefully never again like this.
Hopefully, because that was entirely an overreaction. wasting her time or this group's time, I'll leave.
Do you
She
help transferring that armor?
she gives
I'm
you a
not sure.
blessing as you leave, more ceremonial than anything.
Or the
But
blue name?
she
I mean,
casts.
I don't know yet. I have to look.
She has a focus spell called Healer's Blessing. Are you familiar with that one? Basically, whenever you gain HP from a healing spell, you gain more HP from that spell.
How long does that last today?
I don't even know if it's that long.
Okay.
It's just, like I said, it was just sort of more of a.
Okay.
I think it's only a first level spell,
I heal myself.
but she casts it on you as sort of a a sign, a blessing. It's a focus spell, so she can kind of use it a lot. But
Whatever the ceremony equivalent of this is,
yeah,
I do that to her.
yeah. I wonder what it would be. Is it like praise the sun?
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's
That's the nice
that's
thing about
exactly
focus
what I
spells.
think.
You can do things like teleport out of a window for no reason. And
Yeah,
feel
or
that
just
about
bless
it.
whoever you want to
Yeah,
bless,
exactly.
right?
I'll also ask
She's
Davian
just like, have a good day.
if he knows what metallic dragon is the equivalent of the blue dragon. I looked it up. It's bronze, but I don't know if Redrick knows that.
I don't know if you'd know that or not. I think
I mean, that's also partially why I'm asking Davian. Is
I think Davian would know.
he's been studying a lot of dragons.
Yeah,
So
Davian would be able to tell you.
okay, I'm gonna restyle that armor. Make it look bronze instead.
It's not too hard to do, actually.
I mean, it's like a spell.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, the
Oh,
restyle
perfect.
spell.
So you can make it look very convincing.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, awesome.
I would like to check with Shank between 47, 48, 49 the viability or availability of either a frost rune or an extending rune. Frost is 8, extending is 9.
He's not going to be able to help you there.
Okay. The frost, I thought there was a chance because I think you got the frost rune from him. But
Yep.
all right, fair enough. If my glaive did fire and ice damage, it'd be pretty sweet.
That would be pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
I agree.
Do you know if you've transferred, or do you have to risk the rune in order to learn the recipe?
In order to learn the formula,
Yeah.
I would need to reverse engineer it from the frost rune, which destroys it and has a chance of me learning it.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Nah.
Expensive hobby.
And I don't think I could do it from without first transferring it off my armor, presumably, or off my weapon. I mean, so that would also be another issue. Reverse
Probably.
engineer. 2 days disassembling the item to recover the recipe. Discover the recipe. At the end of the 2 days, make a crafting check against DC to create the item. New benefit is this critical success, but disassembled items are worth half the item's value of materials. So it'd be like selling it. But yeah, that'd be like a DC check. That said, I can still craft it, assuming I meet any prerequisites it might have, in 2 days without the formula. It just takes twice as long. So I'm gonna speed it up.
Put a pin in it because you're busy. I guess other than that, I would definitely go hang out with Rilor
Yeah.
at some point. Unless otherwise needed. Because I went out to look for dragon stuff. Found out they were going down to the west with the green dragon body, in theory. But I assume that was like when they saw they were leaving, they were probably on.
It's a level 16 item.
They were probably at range, so I would have to be
It's similar.
looking
It's
it
like-
that way
We could just sell it.
without
and
my
free
squad. So
You find Riller in his tavern. Although there's not much by way of clientele. You do notice a couple people coming in and out. Some you recognize, some you don't. As you leave, and you're able you're able to talk to Riller for a little while. He does.
As possible, I sit at the bar.
Sure.
I mean, there's not many people, so away from whoever, and just like, it's like the classic case of if you go to a bar of somebody who's like a regular, and you know they like to sit like toward the end of where the barkeep usually hangs out when they're not serving somebody.
Yeah.
Distinctly, they're there to talk to the barkeep. So basically, that's the act to that. It's not an act; is what he's full genuinely doing this, but that's the type of thing that's going on with Rex.
So, let me see here. Where's my... There it is. The conversation in the Laughing Manticore is mostly around the red dragon head that is resting in the middle of the tap room. And there's an argument about whether he should try to preserve it in its current state or strip off all of the flesh and mount it on the wall as a skeleton or as the skull.
I will definitely be in support of preservation of whatever variety. And the main argument I'll give is, I mean, at that point, then you start having to argue with somebody of, oh, was this the red one? Was this the green one? Was this even really a dragon because it doesn't have the scales on it?
That's totally just a triangle.
It's gonna lose it's gonna like lessen the effect once you have multiple colors.
Yeah, and also, once we get the other skulls, then you just have, and Rex is definitely referring as a we, like this is a group project. Once we get the other skulls, like this one's the biggest, obviously, so it's your centerpiece. But I mean, if you just have these, I mean, it's just different. It's like what do you put squirrel heads on your wall, and then you have them of different sizes, and then you just say, "Trust me, bro, they're different colors." It really loses the pageantry of it.
He seems to understand the argument, and is the conversation then turns to methods of preservation, and it seems to you that he's convinced some cleric from the Temple of Pharasma to cast some sort of spell on it to prevent it from rotting.
Every day.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't know what his long-term solution is here, so he's trying to figure it out. But you notice that nobody seems to be paying for drinks here. He just seems to be... He's rolled like one of the mead casks into the center of the room and propped it up, and everybody just seems to be helping themselves. I don't know if I described this to you, but the name of the bar comes from the mugs that he serves the meat in. Yeah.
And they stab them into the
What's it called?
tables.
The Laughing Manticore.
Oh yeah, you weren't here for when we visited. They come
I've
in
heard
like
that
the
it's
manticore like spikes. The
Gotcha.
drinks do,
Yeah.
and when they come up to the drinks, they just stab it down into the table.
Sweet.
That's a... This goes through tables pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
No, just thick wooden tables.
Also, you probably spill a lot. Oh, okay.
That's all.
also, yeah, you have a lot of drunk.
The floor is
Have you walked in a lot of bars?
The floor is very sticky.
How many days did you say that we have between basically like the end of the fight and like when we learn about
2 full days.
2 full days? For part of one of those, for now that I've made some decisions about what my level 9 looks like,
Yeah.
I would have I'd probably be hanging out at the Laughing Manticore for the evening. But during the day, I any time that we're not off chatting with someone important, I would just be looking to help someone rebuild however I can, and would like to request that at one of those points I sort of fall into helping out a local alchemist with my abilities to control water and air, and that would probably be helpful.
Yes. Okay.
And so I would probably spend a chunk of the 2 days helping him out or her.
I think that's fair. Yeah. I think that's very fair.
So, I guess it's like I don't really have anything to do for the first 2 days. You guys don't need anything from me, right?
Not unless you want to I mean, I'd rather just sell that wounding rune and have you try to create a frost
wounding
rune.
To my
Because
gate focuser.
Because
That'd be cool.
Wounding is cool. Frost on crit forces potentially slow.
That is really cool.
Yeah. So,
Slow's pretty good.
yeah,
Slow
and there's
is
already
pretty good.
persistent fire that comes from my
So,
thing.
And we love the duality of
The
like,
fire and
yeah.
ice is just
so after I mean, I'm assuming like we meet with Lady
Especially-
Call
It's
early
my
on day
favorite
47. Is
for,
that fair
like,
to
a
say?
character.
especially for like,
Yeah, I
fiendish
mean,
character.
I
So that's the
think
first thing we would do is where
The
is this?
vibes of
Where is
the
this
hells
guy?
is the
I think that's
Um,
fair.
really hot, really cold.
You get the
It's
classic
gonna sound
hell
funny.
and the Dante hell.
I
Yes.
would tell you guys that I'm going to Niman Gap, and I'll see you guys. I'll be back tomorrow.
Huh?
You left
like
at the,
right now?
Yeah,
You,
it's like
you left at the part where you tell us why you're going to Nemo Gap right now.
Wait, is Green
Do you have a
Dra-
girlfriend there?
Can you get us to the Green Dragon body?
yes,
Well then, can I come?
absolutely.
How fast can we be back?
Very well. We could certainly be back by tomorrow morning.
Okay.
So you
Give
guys
me-
know that Neiman Gap is probably like a, I don't know, like 4-day travel there and back.
Yeah.
What's happening here?
Yeah,
Let's
so
see.
yeah, so Rex. I mean, I just don't believe you.
Yeah,
so
right.
I'm down for it. I'm like, yeah. I mean, if the investment of seeing what kind of bullshittery is newly going on with Runar
Yeah.
is gonna get us Neiman Gap. I'm like sitting here. He's like, this guy probably means like Terrelton or something. Like,
I mean, he did teleport out of the one house. So.
yeah, but like whatever. He's gone invisible before. How do I know he didn't
I'll
just
say
go
like
invisible?
will you once you get back, can you tell me how you do it?
I don't.
You could come too.
But it's gonna be like all day tomorrow.
Could be back tomorrow morning if you want.
Which day?
So day 47 is when I'd leave.
Well,
And
we saw Lady Call on day.
yeah, exactly.
So
it's like
the
I'd say-
evening.
I was thinking like around noon because I figured we saw her first or near first thing or whatever we could.
I don't know if you could have gotten a hold of her that quickly, but she would see you, you know.
Yeah, whenever, as soon as that's done, I would be on my way and get there about.
I would not be with you then.
Yeah,
I would
very
like,
quickly.
I would like to be with you, but I would not be with you because my day 47 is spoken for.
So you spend the hour to run to Neiman Gap. You end up.
Nobody's gonna know. It's the funny thing.
Yeah,
What's going on here?
You just get to explore over here by yourself.
Yeah.
You end up actually quite close to the
Mhm.
downtown of the city.
Yeah.
Well, what's left of it.
Right.
Unfortunately, it looks like they did not leave a single building standing
Mhm.
after they left. It appears that they picked the orchards clean, but did not destroy them. So perhaps they thought there was a chance that they would return and settle some of these areas. You don't know. Or perhaps they were just in such a rush that
Mhm.
they decided not to torch everything.
Yeah.
but certainly there is no place to stay here anymore. All the farmhouses and certainly all of the larger houses closer to buildings closer to the center of town are gone.
Yeah.
These are
How long would you be with Rillar? Because I could leave in the evening. It's not gonna take me long to get there. If you were there like during the afternoon and we left during.
Well, we were Lady Call in the afternoon,
Yeah.
and then I don't know. I'd be at Rillar's in the evening. I don't unless I had a compelling reason. Unless you came in and were like, "Hey, you want to go?"
I would do that. That sounds like exactly.
After
what I
some
would do.
drinks and some chit-chatting with Rillar, like I don't need to spend the whole night there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd go after that.
Yeah, if it's so I imagine that I'm helping out around town during the day and then at the Laughing Manticore. If it's like, if we're chilling out at the Laughing Manticore for a while and you're like, do you want to go to Neemon Gap? I'd be like,
Tonight?
yeah, sure. I
Yeah.
guess like we'll be back by morning.
Yes. We can be back in. We can leave. And be back in the morning.
And I mean, I'll look at Rillar and I'll be like, maybe I'll have the green dragon head sooner.
Okay. Yeah.
He likes the sound of that.
You coming?
This is how many days after the battle?
The day after the battle.
Day after the battle?
47th.
And this is like late at night.
This is at night. Yeah.
So this would be the day that Serana tells me if Tridora tells me if the armor is about the armor, or is that the day after that still?
She wouldn't tell you that until the day 48.
So 2 days after the battle.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I guess I'm down.
Okay. So we'll walk outside of the city and go a little bit.
Most things I don't trust you guys to do it without me.
So we'll walk outside of the city, like a little bit out, make sure like no one is looking, and then he'll just sort of.
I'm looking.
Yeah, you guys are looking.
Okay.
Just sort of put a finger to his mouth. Prefer you keep this between us, and you just see him like part his hands like this, and all of a sudden, just like this hole rips in reality, and you see this like these like whirling shadows, and he says, "We'll be in Nimon Gap in the hour," and he'll step in. He'll step in.
What'd you say?
Yes, it is basically.
Scotland.
Yeah, it is basically that.
Read Malazan if you want to be in and tell the cool kids jokes.
Shadow Warren.
I see this as sort of like a demi-plane where you can kind of make out some of the features of the material plane vaguely.
Is it Shadow Walk or something?
It's similar.
Okay.
And
Literally kinda.
yeah, and so you kind of as you travel at great speed.
And I imagine like I'm the only one who knows like where we're going, what's going on here. I'm like very purposefully walking, and they're like, "What is he?"
You guys might notice the
As
terrain
you-
around you changing, but
As we're walking, I try to I conjure water just to see if I can.
I think you should be able to. Yeah.
Cool. I look a little bit concerned for a second, and then make some water, and I just nod, shrug, and just now I don't care what's going on. Everything works, so it's fine.
I'm confused after seeing that. I nock an arrow and then shoot it as far forward as possible.
Man,
That'd be weird.
I don't know what it does. It probably just looks like. Man, I don't know.
I feel like it just disappears into.
It might go so fast that it burns up.
But I feel like
They won't say anything, I'll just
we're
be
not in I feel like friction physics probably don't work the same here.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it probably just flies and we find it on the ground ahead
But
of us.
it goes. It's funny because if you shoot an arrow, you probably can't really see the initial shot. But here, it probably just well, yeah, I don't know. Does it fly farther?
It lands in.
There's no wind. Is there wind?
It lands in.
Zach, I
it
need
lands
my
in,
environmental
Is
status.
distance shortened or are we faster?
It actually goes. It goes an eighth as far. As far as you think it would, because it's actually traveling 8 times as far.
Yeah.
Yeah, shoot it and lands like a few feet in front of us.
But it's actually like
Well, it'd be like,
hundreds of
like
miles.
50 feet or something.
So this world exists in a state of perpetually dim half-light, the landscape containing similar features to the material plane, but warped or twisted in fashion. Cities in the material plane might exist here, sometimes in ruin and sometimes as terrible, frightening replicas. The darkness also holds points of beauty and relative safety, and there are bleak doppelgangers of great cities here that exist in the material plane as well. Some of which there are even are populated.
They like.
Or no, this shit's fucked up.
The area is populated
yeah,
by
we're-
dark, altered versions of creatures from the material plane, many of them immigrants that have adapted to the shadow after being trapped here for generations.
Is this fun? Is this fun for you, Renard?
So,
What happened?
but we
Did you
can
get
we
hit
the
really
the
hard during that fight?
productive part of this is we can travel faster between places.
Many times
It
faster.
actually insanely fast.
Yeah.
So I think your arrow would still go because
Normal.
we move normally. Like, right, we don't feel like we're moving differently. We move normally. Just
You move, so it doesn't feel like you're running, but the terrain moves past you very quickly.
yeah,
It's probably a very surreal feeling.
yeah. I vote that the arrow just sort of goes how an arrow normally would. We're just like surprised at how far it goes.
It's rough. You're moving like what's the math there? Like roughly 24 times faster than normal.
Each hour you move, yeah. Actually, you're moving 72 times as fast because each hour you cover roughly as much ground as you normally would in 3 days.
Yeah, but you
Oh.
don't travel for 24 hours
Oh, right,
a day,
right,
so.
yeah. Yeah,
But still, it's like really phenomenally fast.
yeah.
Do you enjoy this kind of thing, Renard, or is this like...
Did you get hit hard during that battle? Did somebody do something to you?
Shit's weird.
Not useful?
I
Is it
don't
not
know.
useful?
I didn't say it wasn't useful. I just...
What's useful about it? I mean, I don't know where we are yet. I'm still
Well-
trying to figure out we're going to Nemon Gap.
Yeah, I didn't
That's
say,
fair.
I didn't
Fucking
say,
look
I didn't
like
say
it.
it was useful either. I still don't know what it does.
But I mean, the army came through, so like this might just be what Nemon Gap looks like.
Yeah.
I'm
well,
sorry. I don't
they
know very.
harvested a
Listen,
bunch
I
of
don't know.
stuff.
Wait, what?
I don't know very
Wait,
much
wait,
about
wait.
magic, but when he ripped open the thing that we walked through,
No,
something
let me explain.
changed.
Let me explain.
We walk
they
through, like-
harvest a bunch of souls so that they can transform the landscape to look like
Yeah.
this. It makes them feel more like home. So when
Oh.
Moloch comes home, he can be like, "Oh yeah, just like how I left it."
So this
So
is...
did he just pull the curtain? Is there just a giant curtain over?
yeah,
So this is
Brindle.
Nemon Gap now. We're in
yeah,
Nemon Gap?
yeah,
What the fuck did they do to it?
yeah.
It's weird.
That's why we stopped. It's a good thing they didn't get the brindle.
Yeah, I mean, we should... Where's the dragon? Should be right here somewhere, right?
Yeah, where's the dragon?
He just won't answer.
Well-
he's not answering these questions. He's just sort of walking and navigating the landscape because he doesn't want to get lost. And
about 40 minutes later,
Yeah.
you just sort of step through another tear.
just sort of part the landscape again.
What's that?
Well, he pulls the curtain back so we see reality, but then he closes it again, so we're not so scared.
And then we step out into the actual Nemon Gaps.
Yeah. And unfortunately, you see
What
a burnt out husk of the cross-eyed beholder.
Oh my god, they burned Brindle to the ground. We're back. What happened?
It's Nemon Gap, Roderick.
No, we were just in Nemon Gap. We came out of it.
No, it's still Nemon Gap.
I'm so confused.
It's okay. It's magic. It's very.
I have magic, just not fucked up shit like this.
I think. Well, yeah. Okay.
Where's...
I'll make you a cup of ice water.
I look for signs of a cart that may have been moving a dragon through here.
You don't see any signs of foot traffic here recently going west.
That's good. That means we're potentially ahead of them.
Yeah.
That's.
And they saw Lady Call, so they
Wait,
saw
say
the
that.
green, what could have been the green dragon body, getting taken toward this direction.
Yes.
Today, earlier today,
So
or was it immediately after the battle on the 46th?
the reports say that the green dragon was seen shortly after it was returned as a corpse to the camp,
Okay.
and then it was parceled to the west.
Okay. So before even the battle started,
Right.
it started getting parceled. Okay, and battle started
We-
on day 46. So day 45, they might have moved it.
Yeah. And we just traveled 4 days, essentially, in or 3 days. However far Nimon Gap is.
Yeah, I think it's. I'm not sure. It's like
So we killed the dragon on 43.
50 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like late at night in 43.
Oh, do you want one of these, by the way, Zach?
Oh, sure. Thank you.
Killed dragon late at night, day 43. So 44, 45, 46. So they could, I mean, they're close to here. This is day 47.
Yeah.
So if they were moving at our, like a regular travel pace, they would be approaching here.
So
But
I
it-
picked Nimon Gap. I thought that we'd have a chance at least.
but it did not look like any wagon. Did they see them wagoning it, or was it just like beasts of burden had it chucked over it?
They saw it on a large wagon leaving the sort of the train
Yeah.
of the camp.
All right.
We can set. Let's look for a place to set an ambush in the event that we can catch any of those returning stragglers.
Sure.
Your green dragon.
All right. I'm down. I set up. I mean, I look for side of. I mean, they'd be coming down the Dawn way, so on the approach toward Nimon Gap from Brindle, I'd look for a good spot, underbrush or otherwise, that's close enough to set up an ambush in relatively short order.
Okay. How long do you guys wait?
I mean, we can't come back until I take a long rest. So I say that
Oh, okay. Sure.
I'm waiting overnight. If I may figure you could, or we could take watches or something like that.
Yeah, just pulling all nighter and got nothing going on tomorrow.
Or I can sleep while you guys stay up, because if I sleep, then we can get back.
Yeah,
in the
you
event.
can sleep.
Yeah.
I'll stay up. What's it called? Tor will watch over you. I'll just scout further ahead. I mean, I'll start. I will head, since I can fast sneak and use underbrush immaculately. I'll fast sneak, scout ahead, and see with supervision if they are.
Yeah.
If anybody's coming down toward this direction on the Domway while he's resting.
You do eventually see some creatures approaching quickly on the Dawnway. But perhaps not what you expected. They appear to be cavalry at first, at a great distance. Obviously, you can see very far. But eventually, you see that they are what look like a slew of goblins on wargs, and perhaps a barghest as well. Not one of the larger ones, one of the smaller ones. And they just seem to be fleeing the battle.
Okay. And no wagon.
They don't have any wagon.
How far down the road from where they'd be resting would I need to be going before I had sight of them?
Well, the thing is, for you, Donway's flat.
Yeah.
Your vision's amazing, so it's probably thousands of feet, honestly.
Okay. So we have quite some time before they...
Yeah, I mean, they're booking it. It's clear that they're not, like... They're fleeing. They're not, like, carefully trying to pick their way back.
I mean, I'll make my way back to the group and let them know. I mean, wagon's not coming, but there's a group of a few goblins riding wargs and then a smaller barghest with them. I mean, we might as well mop them up.
Well, when you say, like, Stefan talking,
Yeah.
when Zach described them, how many? Like, was
Half a
it-
dozen total.
Oh, okay.
Even if it were 24, they're hobgoblins.
They're not even hobgoblins. They're just goblins.
Oh.
Yeah, it's even more...
Yeah, we can clean them up.
Only the barghest matters.
The only reason why it might be useful not to is if they're fleeing, it's unlikely, but they might be fleeing back to where towards the Fane.
Don't think they invite
Yeah, but
the
we're not
riffraff to the Fade.
But we could follow.
we don't know about the Fane yet.
Oh, we
That's true.
don't.
Oh, we
man.
don't.
Yeah.
Day 47.
Well, so I guess regardless,
The only reason not to do it is
if
we might
they
regret
might
it
be
tomorrow.
fleeing back to where more people are, as are cool, perhaps.
Yeah, but why would we want to let them? Are you planning on following them from here
so we could follow them.
tonight?
I do think back to
All the way to Drellin's Ferry.
I think back to the bar. Because we were at
Yeah, we were at.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
like an hour ago.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
hanging
Yeah.
out, having drinks, and I'm like, yeah, okay.
It's one day after we just fought Corin.
So I'll take out my staff. And
Tor is generally up for whatever sort of grunt work he has to do to like, you know, if what we need to do is follow these guys to Drellin's Ferry in order to like stop the army from coming, I will do it. But in this moment, he's not about to offer that service.
assuming they're gonna be here in a few minutes, right, Zach?
Yes.
So I will say, won't let any of these ones get away this time, Rex. He'll cast See the Unseen on you from his staff. So if any of them turn invisible, you will be able to see them. Then I'll cast it on myself.
And I'll go invisible
Okay.
and start my aura.
Then I'll cast Heroism on both of Rex and I as well with my 3rd level stats.
Do you want to do something like cool where you like stand in the middle of the road with your shield and wait, and then I come out behind them with the glaive?
I think he might, at this point, from what I saw, he's scary enough on his own that I think they might still just run away from him.
Yeah, but they're gonna run straight
Are
toward him.
you currently wearing Karn's armor?
No,
It's being looked at.
I'll
Okay.
sit in the roadside underbrush and prepare myself.
You just show up in
Unless
like
you
your
were-
general's armor.
Unless you want to ambush as well.
Well, part of me is half tempted to use this hat of disguise from Davian, pretend to be a hobgoblin limping his way back.
It works every time.
It has worked.
But I
every
do
time.
also love the idea of just standing in the road and letting them think they can take me. And then as soon as they try to, you will come out and take me.
Yeah,
Let's just do that.
sounds cool.
Did they have ranged weapons? Are they going to be shooting arrows at me if I do this?
They were goblins, bro. Who cares?
You beat one Chaos Lord.
Where
Suddenly everyone's like, you can take a few arrows.
I mean, man, they were throwing giants throwing boulders at us. Whatever these goblins of regular variety can sling, probably can't hit
It'd
him.
be like 6 toddlers coming at you with like needles, and you being like, they're just little kids with needles. It's like, I still don't want to get stabbed by them, though.
Maybe I will do the hobgoblin approach. That way they won't.
Alright, hobbled goblin it is.
That way they won't try and stay away from me and start shooting before I can get to them.
You can't see me.
And I want to spend
I can
4
see.
rounds
I
just
can.
chasing after
Oh,
them. That's what I'll do.
Huh. Do you usually do that?
I'll disguise myself as a hobgoblin, pretending to be Fane as well. Yeah.
No, not a hobbled goblin. That because then he would look like a
The
goblin.
hobbled hobgoblin.
Yeah, there you go.
Hobbled hob.
So-
the hobbled hobgoblin.
Everybody's hiding except for you. You're pretending to be a hobgoblin?
Limping my way along the road back west.
Okay. Well, they all approach, and they actually don't slow down for you.
No, they don't.
It's
okay.
As they go past, you hear the goblins say, "Hurry up! Hurry up! Get away! It's all over."
And
Do they get pretty close to me?
Yeah, I mean they ride up alongside of you.
Can I just assurance grapple one of the goblins off of its mount as it goes by? Just like
Boom!
and I am jumping out.
The war continues on the
Vargas.
goblin stick.
That's exactly what I
and
want.
getting I'm getting swings on him
Okay.
immediately as soon as he
They come
gets
running up beside you
within.
and you're just
So let's
I
let's say
fist them off the
his grapple attempt is the kickoff to this
Yep.
combat.
Yeah.
We'll start there.
Okay.
I'm also gonna say, like, as I see them coming, I'm gonna go sleek carrier.
Oh yeah,
Obviously.
sure. Yeah, and you have plenty of time too.
Yeah.
They're coming fast, but like.
Right.
All right, roll initiative for me quick. We won't put anything on the map. We'll just do this.
Yeah.
Theater of the
Stealth
mind.
initiative. Oh, I'm a master at stealth now, so that is a. This is a 30.
Redrick.
25.
30 what?
25.
Oh, sorry. I was.
Oh.
Uh,
I'm like, I did not say 30.
Runer got a 38.
8.
Oh, good lord. Tor
29.
and Rex.
Only 23.
Got a 19 on the d20.
Okay, so Redrick, you reach out and try to grab one of these goblins.
Yeah.
Make your check. I think it's what, athletics?
Yeah, it's 25 to their athletics DC. Or to their fortitude DC.
There's no way that misses. Hold on.
Yeah, that's why I did it. I just want to. This war keeps running by, and the goblin just sticks there in midair.
Yeah, for you absolutely grab him, and he just starts screaming. He says, "I'm sorry. You can have the warg. Just ride him. Just let me go."
Also, I would say that this comes into play for the Barghest. It's because I have Shadow Mark. It's going to take a -3 penalty to its initiative roll and perception DC if it's trying to notice me.
Okay. What'd you get? 23.
Yes.
Well, okay. So obviously you're not in initiative yet, but you make your attack as a reaction.
Yeah.
And then we'll start initiative after you do that.
Oh, swell. Well, he made his attack, right?
Just grabbed.
He just grabbed him.
Oh, do I also get an attack?
What is your.
I assumed that what you meant was like
my
you were holding an
intent.
action.
I just
to
didn't
attack.
know if you
Yeah.
were intending otherwise. Balls, man. Hero point.
Nice.
That's better. 34.
Crit.
Neat.
Oh, I got the damage boost out of magic.
There shall be persistent fire damage on this one.
I don't know that it's gonna matter. I suspect it's not gonna matter.
Assuming just the one attack gets off. for the jump?
Yeah. Just one action is all you get.
Do you need the fire separately?
No.
Okay. 18 plus a deadly D8. 24 plus. So 24 damage. Oh, double. No, minus 8. So 18, 36, 44. Because the deadly D8 doesn't go in there. And then he'll have 1d10 persistent fire.
Okay. 1d10.
Yes.
Damn. Okay. It just howls in pain as this arrow comes out of nowhere.
Oh, that was glaive.
Oh, the glaive comes out of nowhere. Sorry.
Yeah.
And you can see it folds over on itself and it rolls a little bit before it gets back on its feet. Not really even understanding what just happened. You turn visible when you do that, right?
I mean, he'll know I'm there.
Yeah,
I was sneaking.
you were hiding.
Yeah.
Awesome. Runar, what do you want to do?
Is this initiative now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm going to unleash Psyche and then True Strike for the one to get this combat. Amped imaginary weapon on the Barghast and one of the goblins. So the big attack is on the Barghast.
Not the goblin that is being held, I assume?
No, not
okay.
that one. One of the other ones. The Barghast is the first attack, though. I've identified that one as the main threat. Do we see any illusions with seeing and seeing, by the way?
No.
Okay.
No.
You see one.
Oh, well, technically, yes.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing I did this, because I got a 1 and a 12. So that's a 30 on the first one to hit the Barghast.
Crit.
And then a 28 on the second one to hit the goblin.
That is also a crit.
And I can't even hit a dragon with 28. It's a crit on the goblin. Oh, how different these guys are. This is going to be a lot of damage.
Well, one is a dragon and a goblin.
Can I just call out?
Roll two
You're
eights.
surrounded by the heroes of Brindle. I suggest you give up.
23. 40, and it's 10d8 now. So that's 50 plus 10 for Unleashed Psyche is 60. It's 120 damage with anyone who gets hit.
My God, am I get splash damage from his head exploding?
I will detonate the weapon as well, because that's an option you can do when you crit. It doesn't matter. It only pushes someone back, but
So the Barghast and the goblin both die,
yeah,
unsurprisingly.
that's the end of my turn.
And in response to that attack and to your message, your yell, the goblins start screaming.
Stefan really hopes they don't surrender.
Only he understands.
I have no one who understands. Yeah.
They might be able to speak in.
Oh?
Let me check here.
Because if they surrender, it was a logistical issue.
Agreed.
Well,
they do yell out in broken common. It seems as though they almost want you to hear them. They start screaming. They start screaming. Lord Slayers! It's the Lord Slayers! And the one in your grasp says, "Ironclad, please! Mercy!" The goblins just are clearly terrified. They don't stop to look at you. As soon as they start screaming Lord Slayers, they just continue to try to get away. They do not try to engage. They do not try to fight you. They have absolutely zero backbone here. That said, it is not their turn yet. It is Tor's turn.
Yeah, so all I hear, though, is them shout Lord Slayers and continue to try to run. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'll yell also, "Where's the green dragon body?"
I will Storm Spiral.
You can hit. So there's a group at the back. If you want to hit the most things, there's a group at the back that has 2 wargs. Each of them have a goblin rider, and there it looks to be a hellhound with them as well.
Oh.
Yes.
Please kill.
I'll hit those.
Yeah, we don't like that guy.
So
Actually, I don't care anymore about him. He can explode by me. I'll just
basic reflex save from them.
22, 12, natural 1, 15, and then the hellhound is a 25.
So the 22 and the 25 are failures. Everything else is a crit fail.
Yeah, love to see that.
That's gonna really hurt. The D12.
Ooh, these are awful damage rolls though. 10 points of damage.
That's the crit?
No, that's
Oh.
the standard. It's a 4, 3, 2 on the D12s and a 1 on the D10.
Okay. Okay.
So 10 damage and then 20 on the crit, which is
Somehow you don't kill any
abysmal.
of them, which is amazing.
abysmal. I do appear, though.
As soon as you appear, the goblins react and start screaming again about Lord Slayers.
The ones that crit failed cannot hear. They are deafened for... or no, a creature that fails its save is deafened. So they're all deafened until the end of the next turn. But the ones that crit failed are deafened for a minute.
So both of the goblins are deafened for a minute. That's awesome. The warg that whose goblin you killed
Yeah.
stops and sort of looks around like it doesn't know what's happening. It doesn't seem to be like aggressive. It just kind of stands there like and then it's Redrick's turn.
My turn. Okay.
He's not at the table. I'll play for him. He slaughters the goblins.
That's not. I agree. That's what he would do.
Yeah.
In this
The goblin in your hand starts to cry.
I feel so bad for this guy. Oh my god.
Ask him where the green dragon is.
I will, but priorities. I also realized that
Oh yeah.
Turns the goblin around.
Lady Call, when she took my prisoner, also took my manacles. So I no longer have those back right now.
Oh, interesting.
So that's kind of
It
annoying.
wouldn't have been useful as a
I
goblin.
mean, I could fashion something out of ice, probably.
Is there anything else with a grapple range of me?
He makes an icicle.
I mean, the
puts it through
warg
the
that was
goblin.
next, that was the goblin was on top of.
Oh, I assume the war
Forever.
kept going without the goblin on top.
Well, I guess technically he is, but his turn hasn't happened yet,
Oh,
so he's like
okay.
still within reach, you know.
Okay. Is he visible yet now?
Yes.
Okay. If I'm ironclad, what's that one called?
Which one?
I'm going to bring to you.
Do you like hold the goblin out for
He's in
him?
Rex's direction, yeah.
That's so goofy.
He says, "The relentless."
Well, the relentless will kill you if you try to run. So I put him down. Don't even try and hold him. I suggest you stay put. And then I'm gonna try and grapple the warg.
He collapses into like a worship position.
Oh my god. Even better.
And then do I know if wargs have intelligence or if are they just like mindless?
They can be.
They're like
our
dogs.
goblins.
They're like dogs. Does it seem intent on
Our-
fighting or is
like
it just
our-
is it just running?
Like our troop of bards?
It seems
Our group of
confused
goblins.
because the goblin's
Do we-
not trying to fight,
Have we needed
so it
that?
just sort of stops, pauses, and
He
looks at
carries
you.
stuff for us. It's like a squire.
You can see another
Yeah,
one that's
yeah,
further
See,
ahead,
I want
whose
them to go
goblin was killed by
like,
Runar.
our issue
Also just
with
stops and
PR
kind of like
in the
tilts
town,
its head
they
at all
know
of you,
we
like,
did.
what the hell's
They
going on?
clearly know what we did.
The guys who were attacking the city would be perfect to go and talk to them.
Can
People who
I-
they destroyed it. About how great
They
we are.
probably didn't destroy the city.
Can
Look at
I
these guys.
use animal handling, aka nature, to just tell it to shoo?
You can try, absolutely, yeah.
I just
I don't
want to
think
kill
you
it.
shoo a
Stefan
wolf.
just wants to fight it, but Redrick just isn't concerned with the warg right now.
Woo! So good at it.
34 nat 20.
Yeah, I mean, you basically say, get out of here.
Yeah, get.
And
Go on, get.
all of the
Get!
all of the wargs that don't have a rider immediately sort of just like a trained lapdog, like just go away. The ones that have riders seem to question whether they should be even worrying about the fact that they have a rider and start to veer off the path, like away from the road into the forest.
Some of them might be definitely.
How many don't have riders right now?
Right now, there are 2 with riders and 2 without.
Alright, so 1 action, 2
Did they
warg,
all
dead.
fail?
Okay, that doesn't win. And
they're
between my
all
free
deaf.
action
They're-
talking,
all the
my
ones in the back of
grapple,
the pack
and
are
my
deafened.
nature check, I'm going to call it my turn.
Okay.
I think that's
Okay.
fair.
All the wargs at the back of the pack did not hear what Redrick said.
And I would say that if he hadn't rolled a natural 20,
Oh, true. It's a non-verbal.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think
that are
I think
spooking
there's
them.
some like
Force of his presence.
Yeah.
I'm getting
His
some
aura.
what's
Dude's got
that
so
movie?
much riz.
What's that movie with the Australian guy that comes to New York?
Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, that's what
That's not a knife.
Anyway, Rex.
That's not a knife.
What's
Pulls
in
out a
my-
battle axe.
What's in my vicinity?
Neither is this.
In your vicinity, there is, there are 2 wargs. One of them appears to be turning and running for the forest, has no rider. One of them has a rider that was just zapped by a bolt of electricity, bolt of lightning.
Lightly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lenny, did you hear my damage roll for that?
The 10
The 10.
on the crit.
3
No, it was the.
It was a
10
whole
standard,
20
but it was
on the
it was,
crit.
3
yeah.
d12 and 1 d10.
So it was 4.
It was 10 from those dice.
4, 3, 2, 1. On my
That's-
numbers.
Embarrassing.
Well, I mean, you used all of the good numbers on.
I
on
didn't
last
want to
hitting,
splatter us.
So, yeah,
and so
yeah. I appreciate that. I mean,
Just a
I will.
storm.
I will scouts charge the warg that has a rider.
Yeah.
Use stealth for the feint against their. I think it's perception.
Looking for a 20 on that stealth.
Oh, that's 27.
Got it.
Okay, so he's off guard.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Tough luck, buddy. Oh, that's pretty good. That's 36.
That is a crit.
All right.
Shocker.
That's
Well,
almost
fine.
a double crit. Well, you had to make him off guard, you know. So
5, 10, 16, 20, 40, plus deadly D8, 43, and then it will have 1d10 persistent fire.
So now the Bargus is collapsed, on fire, dead. Now the Warg collapsed, on fire, dead. The Goblin starts screaming because he's like getting secondary flame damage from this burning
Second
Warg.
attack. I look down. The goblin falls off the crumpling. The warg's dead. Yes.
Oh yeah,
Okay. I think this has to be one of the deafened ones.
it absolutely is.
And I'll just like grin wildly and say bye bye, and just like bring the glaive down on him. -5, right?
Yeah.
Second attack. 21.
That is a hit.
Swell. 2d8. 6. Nice. Plus another one because it's an extra attack. So 21 points of damage.
You smash the remaining you smash that goblin, and he collapses next to his warg.
Nice. That's it for my turn. I got the other warg, obviously, that has no rider that was running to the woods.
Yeah.
I feel like that's fine. Go ahead.
It's his turn next. He flees into the woods.
Yep.
The Bargus is dead. The warg is dead. The remaining warg that is still in front of you, the other one that got hit by lightning, turns as the goblin strains at his fur, trying to pull him toward the Dawnway. He just turns and runs right into the forest. I mean, you can still see him.
Yeah.
But you can see the goblin. The goblin's screaming something about in Goblin about not going the way he's supposed to go, and stupid animal not listening to me. Then the last creature, who actually might get an attack off here, runs up to you, and I need a reflex save as it breathes fire on you, Rex.
Loaded hound.
This guy's not running. The Hellhound is not running.
He's the only one.
Reflex 23.
What a 4. 23 on a 4.
You take...
Is it a fail or a save?
It is a success.
Then I crit succeed.
Then you take no damage. It was going to be 10 damage. You sort of just I don't know, step aside, I guess. You're just
How
nah.
much fire resistance do you have, though?
5.
Okay.
Well, I feel like
still would have not taken a lot.
I feel like he's fought one of these guys before. He sees he knows exactly what's coming.
What I end up doing is as it's going to breathe the fire, I reverse grip the glaive and just push with the end.
Push his head a little to the
side, and it just breathes off right beside me.
But I feel like with a 4, you do it almost awkwardly. This
Oh,
is
for
not
sure.
a great display of finesse. You're just but it's just so easy that it's just
Yeah.
I can't, I physically can't have you hit me with your fire breath.
Easy.
Well, Runar, 3 of the wargs are running away from your party.
Yeah.
One of them has a injured goblin on its back. And there is a hellhound who's still here engaging with Rex.
Okay. So is the rider? Is he within 120 feet?
He is, yes.
Okay. Cool.
He's just screeching about. He's screeching in frustration at his warg.
So he just takes out an imaginary dagger.
Okay.
And just goes sort of weights it and throws it like a boomerang, and it goes at the goblin and the hellhound.
Okay.
With amped imaginary weapon here.
Amped.
Not best. Look, focus points are there to be used, Letty.
I suppose, but this is not the group that has the green dragon's body.
That is a. Yeah, I'm gonna reroll that. Hero point. I need to make sure I get it right.
Remove the debuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Embrace
So the
the
33 on the first one to attack the goblin.
That's a crit.
And that's higher on the second one. 35 on the hellhound.
Also crit.
Big number time. 10d8 plus 10 doubled. 14. $21. 29. 39. 48 plus 10. 58 double. 116.
There is no
slashing
goblin
damage.
in all sensei.
The warg suddenly feels as if there's a lightness, as if his rider has fled, and in fact he's just turned into a fine mist. And the hellhound, I don't know. I suppose
turns its head after firing at Rex and just sees a dagger and just goes right through the mouth.
it just collapses. You probably think oh, maybe I did that.
Huh. I looking at the glaive though, because the wrong end of it is at its mouth.
Don't know my own strength.
So
Those runes,
there's
man.
nothing
Yeah.
besides fleeing wargs now, right?
And there's one goblin at Redrick's feet,
As much
quivering.
as I'd love to do this to myself, don't hellhounds, when they die,
Oh, do they?
or do they not boom?
I don't know.
Sure.
I don't remember. It's been too long since we fought.
I
one.
knew they did the fire breath.
I can't tell you how badly I want to side burst this this goblin.
They
just had
do
blow up.
fire damage on bite, but they don't explode.
Okay, cool.
Well, I think
It wouldn't have been relevant. I won on the 4. I feel pretty good about it.
I'm just trying to decide if I let this guy live. I see Redrick grab him.
He's bowing down to
Yeah.
Redrick right now.
I'll
True.
He's definitely just there bowing to Redrick.
He's crying. Okay, get it ready.
all right. I'll admit
Yeah,
I'm done. I won't.
But you can't see him
I won't
crying because he's
boom him.
bowing.
He's also the one that's
gonna
worshiping.
kill him?
He's worshiping in common.
I was tempted.
No, well, I mean, I can't exactly stop a lot of your shit. If you guys did it, I'd be like, man, what the fuck? But like, what am I gonna do? I can't stop you specifically.
The goblin,
Lord
sort of
Slayers!
cowers at your feet and says, "Lord Slayers, hand crushers, what do you wish of me?
What was your plan?
Flee back to the Wormsmoke Mountains, back to the tribe."
Is that where you come from? Is that where you lived before all this?
Yes, before Karn destroyed destroyed our villages and took us as warriors.
And now that he's gone, what will happen?
Back to the tribe, back to the mountains. No more fighting.
Where's the green dragon body?
The green dragon, the Lord Slayers killed the green dragon.
Yes, I know. Where's its body?
Every so often he gets into like a Dobby sort of voice.
Yeah, I love this.
The master, the Chaos Lord, he buried the body.
Where?
Back there, and he just points toward the east.
How far? Days? Close to the city? Close to the camp?
Where, close to where you killed it.
North of where you were camped? Across the river?
No, they brought it back. They brought it back to show Karn.
Okay, and then they buried it near where you guys were camped?
Yes, Karn would never disrespect a dragon. Azarkul, he's the master of dragons.
Oh, is he a dragon?
I have never seen him. They say he's a dragon and a man and a goblin and a demon.
Oh, cool. By the way, do you like my cape? I show him. I'm still rocking the whatever the
Dragon wing?
red dragon like wing membrane. What was the red one's name?
Abithriax.
Abithriax.
Respect. Cool name.
It is the finest cape I have ever seen in my life.
Damn straight.
See, aren't you guys glad I kept him alive?
See, I think it looks pretty lame. Don't you think it looks pretty lame? The cape.
You can see him just start to sweat.
We'll see.
Yeah. After Thor said that, Rex would just snap his vision straight at this guy.
I'll say in Hobgoblin to him, what happened to the black dragon? Where is it? Was it with the army?
Black? I don't know where. I don't know of a black dragon. I don't know. I'm sorry.
You wouldn't lie, would you?
Oh, never. I would never lie.
We'll shrug. I'm not even gonna make a check. There's no way this guy's lying about that.
I don't think he lies lying at this point. No.
Well, Redrick, your choice what to do with him. I'll bet. Let's bury the rest of these.
Did you see where the dragon was buried specifically?
No, it was a ritual for Karn and the other lords. They must respect the dragons.
Okay. Do you fortress yet.
Uh-uh.
Okay. Then I'm gonna say, what did we learn about violence and attacking people in the Vale?
Don't start fighting until you know who is the strongest one, and then
I punch him.
Tor just belly laughs. I mean, he's not wrong.
I mean, I just glare at you.
I look at you, I look at the slaughter of
school-
his comrades, and just look back at you and go, I don't think he's wrong.
We could have done this with all of them.
Rex leans the glaive.
I look over at Rex and say, could we have?
Oh, and I'll just give one more thing actually. So where
No,
Where
he goes
is
back
Azar
and
cool?
reproduces,
Why wasn't he
and
at the
They have
battle?
a fear of us going
Yeah.
forward for
He-
generations.
Yeah.
No.
he's the lord of the army of the Red Hand. He doesn't fight himself. He's too powerful. He had he commands from his throne.
No, I have two
Where, do you
questions.
know where his throne is?
It's somewhere in the Wormsmoke Mountains.
Can you give a? You're from the Worm Smokes as well, no?
Yes, but the
Where in the Worm Smokes can I find this general direction?
it's deep in the mountains. My clan is from the low hills of the mountains. We never saw it. We never went that far.
Does he have any more dragons? Any
Yes.
that you know of? Which ones?
Well, they talk about him in the camp sometimes. How he surrounds himself with all manner of dragons. He says his favorite are the blue ones.
Have you seen it, the blue dragon?
No, they serve it at his right hand.
That armor's gonna be good.
Well, at least we've learned something from this one.
Yeah.
Do you play any instruments?
What?
Instruments? Do you know music?
Music? Yes, I can sing.
You can. I just look over at Rex and Runar, and specifically not Redrick. Now, we've had a PR problem in the city.
I mean, I don't think he's our answer for that, but
Well, I look back at him and gesture encouragingly.
For him to sing.
Yeah.
He starts singing. What sounds like a typical goblin song about. It seems to focus around some sort of game where you throw rats into the air and try to catch them on the end of a knife.
We saw that.
And then it seems to keep alluding to a generalized hatred for both dogs and horses.
Do you ever feel like you're playing with a ball by yourself and you try to throw it and then hit it with a bat and it's really hard to time that right? Imagine that because the ball runs away when you miss.
That's
So
right.
you don't,
really
you
fucking
don't have
annoying.
to have this now, but I do want to know what that game is called.
It's probably like something really stupid like rat on a knife or something.
Shh, don't give him ideas. He's the GM. Let him come up with the stupid names.
knife rat.
Well, Redrick, what are we doing with this one?
I'll
can we
I'll
keep
hold the
him?
goblin up to my eye level
Yeah.
and just say, violence doesn't pay. You can win a dozen times. It takes one loss, and that's it. I'll go and I'll like toss him down.
I look at you,
roughly.
open-mouthed, confused, when you say violence doesn't pay to this poor goblin.
So no fighting.
I don't recommend it.
Okay.
Just
And then I just like give him a little kick in the butt and usher him west.
Just tell. I'll say it to him in Hobgoblin.
What?
You know how we
Tell
make
these.
most of our money.
Tell your people. Keep to
That's
the
not the
mountains.
pay I mean.
Stay out of the Vale. Don't come back.
We never wanted to leave the mountains.
I suggest you stay there, or make friends instead of enemies.
He nods and then turns and just starts singing at the top of his lungs as he just runs away from you.
Hey, what did they call me?
He says, "I don't know who you are."
Oh no!
That's fine. I was worried they would call me the water boy. That's why I didn't ask earlier.
What weapon are you holding right now?
Glaive.
Glaive. Okay. I just as I watch him go, I turn back, I look at you and go, "Don't." And then I just.
I'll try to, like, as quickly as possible, if anybody's gonna help me get these bodies, like, hidden or loosely buried or something, thrown in the woods. I don't really care all that
Throw
much.
them in the woods.
Throw them in the woods, yeah. So they're not in the middle of the Dawnway.
I will help.
Fair.
And then,
Alright, I'm gonna go look for more.
yeah, I'm just gonna go back to resting.
I'm gonna go down the road. Wait, why would we look for more? Hold on. I stop us. We just rest. We know the dragon's buried
Yeah.
by the city.
I don't think we're here to cut off all the stragglers.
No, I don't care anymore. I will find us a good spot in the underbrush to post up and rest.
You can do the watches, I guess. I'll just do the first one and then.
Sure.
Yeah.
You are given comfort by the fact that it seems like anything traveling this way isn't paying much attention to its surroundings.
Yeah.
So you're able to find a spot in the orchard to rest for the evening, and you do hear things passing in the night, but nothing stops. Nothing seems to linger at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you rest until sunrise.
Yeah. And then at sunrise, I will wake up and say, ready to go back to Brundle?
Yeah, can you drop me off, like, right at where the encampment was?
That
Does it
should
work
be able,
like that?
should be able to get close enough. They were only like a mile. They weren't even a mile outside the city, were they? Thereabouts.
Who's that?
the camp, the Red Hand camp? Because they were within sights of the city walls.
Oh yeah. They weren't a mile outside the city.
Yeah. So I'll aim for like about a mile outside the city as my endpoint. As I do the same thing where you'll sort of see a drawing of power and then opening of the curtain into the shadows and stepping in, leading the way.
You end up just about a mile or 2 miles from the city.
Mm-hmm.
So about a mile from
The encampment.
the encampment.
Alright, that works. I'm gonna start looking. I will search away for where a large dragon body could have been interred. Buried.
Intern? Sounds good.
Sure, yeah. It doesn't take you long. There's like a cairn of sorts where someone, clearly something large, has pulled up stones from the Dawnway and stacked them in a small cairn on the side of the road.
Yeah.
I mean, the earth around is even fresh. You know, it's like freshly turned, so it's clear it's been moved recently.
I will get to work at excavating the dragon.
Okay.
I only need to see the head.
Exhuming it.
Exhuming, that was the word I was
There you
looking
go.
for.
Okay, yeah.
That's my day 48
It
until I go back to Rillars in the evening with the green dragon head, if possible.
Do you have anything to help move the stones?
I mean, I have, like, my rope from my climbing kit.
Your best guess is that probably the giants were helping them
Oh, I'm sure.
move these stones, so they're pretty large.
Yep.
Without like some sort of help, you're probably going to just have to dig under them.
About breaking them.
Breaking the stones?
Mm-hmm.
It's possible. Although it depends on how much you want to repair the Dawnway once you're done removing the cairn.
Well, I suppose when we arrive, I will see if Redrick would be willing to assist me in moving rocks. Oh, Redrick.
Provided he's willing, I think together you might be able to make some progress here.
Does Fellaroo live?
Yeah.
Is he out pokeballed? Will you help me get these giant stones that came from the Dawnway off of this dragon's body so I can exhume him?
How dare they destroy
The Dawnway.
parts of the Darnway for their own gain?
Yep.
Who would do something like that to us?
Yeah.
Oops.
Twice, especially.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Fellower can help. However, assuming that we don't need to re-Pokeball Fellaroo in order to go back through your...
No, we're
We're
like
back.
a mile
Oh,
and a
we're
half, 2 miles out of the city.
Oh,
Yeah.
The body was buried near their encampment.
okay. So I don't need... As long as I don't need to
You could
re-Pokeball
just ride
Fellaroo.
him back in
Actually,
the city.
yeah. As long as I don't need to re-Pokeball Fellaroo, that should be fine.
Yep.
No, you're good.
So yeah, Fellaroo can help.
Alright, so me, Fellaroo, Redrick, some rope, and a dream.
So with a couple of hours in the group, you can move a couple of these stones and begin to dig.
Okay.
And you begin to find evidence of what you're looking for. Although it's not in the form that you would have expected. You find a great deal of ash and blackened bones.
I see. The red dragon seems to have given him a cremation of sorts.
It does appear that way, yes.
Hard to burn bones, though.
Man, this sucks. It's not gonna be pretty green.
The skull is intact, but it is misshapen. It looks like the immense heat of the black dragon has done some damage to the skull.
Red dragon?
Yeah, the red dragon, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
the black dragon's not going to be doing fire damage.
I mean, it would misshapen a...
Yeah, it would, it's
certainly
true.
would. That's why I want to double check. I mean, I will get the skull.
Yeah.
Certainly. I don't really feel like spending more time getting more parts of it. I mean, I guess only its claws would be salvageable at this point.
Yeah.
But I mean, if those are easily accessible, I'd grab claws. If it's going to require a substantial additional amount of time,
I would say one hand or one hand's worth of claw would be available relatively easily.
then I would get that too.
Okay.
Okay. Sweet. We didn't ever catch the green... Oh, green was Ozyrandion, we think.
Yeah.
We think.
This is the, yeah.
Alright, I'm satisfied. I would bring that body back, or that head back to Rillor during the day. That's my 48.
Okay. Anything else for the group?
No. I think
He would have went to Tredora for the armor today, and then started on
Rune transfer.
the rune transfer.
Assuming that the armor doesn't suck.
You said you were alchemist, friend?
I'm having a couple scrolls.
She
Yeah.
says it was wise of you to
Oh shit. It's actually news I didn't want to hear.
to bring the armor to her. She says she doesn't feel as if it would have done any permanent or physical harm to you to wear this armor unsanctified, but that perhaps spiritually it would have been inappropriate for you to don this armor without taking the proper steps. But she says now, with her blessing and your vow to use it against its maker, that it's safe, and you might bring it a new life.
Perfect. Okay. Felt appropriate. The armor of Restalor was already, not
Awesome.
Yeah, well, awesome, but also just not tainted by it.
Right.
Also, it sells for a lot
If it will.
because it's very pretty.
That's true.
Yep. Maybe eventually I try. No, never mind. The Dragon has a bonus that the Restalor armor doesn't get.
True.
And it also probably sells pretty well to Jarmath as a historical piece.
Yeah. We can sell it.
So that's up to you. I don't know if that has sentimental value.
So-
Sentimental enough to carry an extra set of full plate.
I'm sorry, was there more from Tradora?
No, not from True.
Okay. I was going to try the ring transfer.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
I got a 55% chance. And I succeed. Now I roll natural 18. Yeah, I crush it, but crit succeed. Wait, no, I don't. Oh, yeah, I do. No, I don't. I missed by one. Which doesn't matter, but it's now a +2 resilience ice changing full plate armor.
Excellent.
Is it called something that I can find it as in Pathfinder? Is it an actual item I can look up, or is it custom?
It's custom.
Okay.
Full plate and start adding stuff to it.
Rillor seems a little disappointed by the skull.
I am a little disappointed when I bring it to him too.
He says that he's really hoping for the green-red chromatic combo, but he acknowledges it's still going to look pretty rad, like a scorched dragon skeleton is still nothing to, or dragon skull is still nothing to scoff at.
And I'll tell him too. I was like, take heart though. There is apparently, well, first of all, we know there's a black dragon somewhere, so there's something to be said about that. And apparently, this Ezar cool fellow really likes blue dragons, plural. So we might have the red flanked by, if we're lucky, maybe a couple blue on either side.
Well, offer stands. If you can find him.
Oh, I'm bringing him. I pointed to real estate on this wall. I was like, I have a vision for this.
Well, he shares a couple drinks with you, and then later that night is when you hear from Immerstall. And then the next day, I think you've already shared you're going to be going to the library, perhaps. I guess I'm curious what the rest of you'd like to do, and also if you had any plans for any of your abilities for the next day.
Yeah, I think I would use Reed Omens, and I would do the first two that I sent you, and then I would also do automatic writing on. Now that I know it's called the Fane, I guess. Or did I already make that check? I can't remember. Did I do one about? What did I do already?
I think you did one on
That's what I thought I did.
the Fane of
Yes.
Karn.
Yeah. So I would do
Or
ritual.
lore.
I would do ritual lore. I would try to discern what the purpose of this ritual could be, based on everything they've told me, and based on what the components I know of are. So yeah.
So all we know is the purpose was to harvest the souls.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's what the
That's really good.
Immerstall and company told us.
Right. And to what end? 38.
Okay, so I think maybe if going to the college,
Mm-hmm.
having some discussions with some of the students and teachers that had been researching,
Mm-hmm.
you kind of start to put together a picture that it's probably some manner of summoning spell. Either that or it's very clearly some manner of summoning spell, and you're not sure without probably without seeing the other part of the
Epicenter.
ritual, which is like the source, wherever Azarkul is like performing the ritual to find the details. But you suspect it's one of a couple things, either some sort of portal, in effect summoning an army from another place, right? Or some sort of inhabiting of the dead via souls from another place. So basically a summoning of spirit power, raising an undead army powered by souls from another place. Or possibly
Something big.
summoning like an aspect of a very powerful creature from another place. Basically, combining all of the soul energy into a singular.
Oh, instead of like army, like one.
And maybe not just one, but maybe like a set of powerful creatures instead of like a horde. Or honestly, a combination.
Yeah.
There's so much energy involved in the spell that was just cast. So many dead. And also, I think the nature of energy coming from souls is a little bit alien to you. You've never heard of something doing this. So there's a world where there's quite a lot of power involved here. It's certainly, you certainly have it narrowed down, but the sort of specifics are a little bit mind-boggling.
Yeah.
And then I will send you the 2 read omens. Your first one is this. And then the second one is this.
There is a dragon hide material.
There is,
Oh,
yes.
it's not quite the same thing.
It's not quite the same thing. That one I think does. I don't know. I think it does something based on like the discipline of.
It makes you immune to 1 damage type based on the type of dragon it's made from. That's not the case here. However, wearing armor made from dragon hide gives you a +1 circumstance bonus to your AC and saving throws against attacks and spells that deal the corresponding damage type. So that part is the same,
But the one that's written in the book was like force damage or something, or I can't remember. It didn't. I wasn't sure what it meant, because it was like
weird.
it was like force damage or yeah, I can't remember.
Okay.
But for the purposes of this armor, I thought it would be simplest just to do elemental resistance, basically.
Not resistance, but
Well, resistance in the abstract sense, not in the rule sense.
Would I be able to resend the map? I'm gated by Slack.
Uh-oh.
It's Vrath Keep. That's west of Drellon's Ferry.
Shoot, I don't remember which map I originally sent you, but I can send you one of the maps.
Yeah, the map you sent was like the whole Vale with.
It was a pretty detailed one.
Yeah, I saw
It's
Lenny
called
had it up.
Player Map. Well, I called it, at least named it, Elsier Vale Player Map.
Oh, shoot, yeah. The one I have up is the GM map. Yeah, I don't...
You sent us that one.
Yeah.
That's fine. I can just look at it.
Yeah, do you mind
Resend
reposting
it.
that to Slack? Because
I'll just send it.
mine's
cool.
the GM version and it doesn't
I'll
have...
take that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
It would make some things easier.
Yeah. Interesting. So I guess with that. So Wrath Keep, that was destroyed by the giants. Right?
Vrathkeep is where you fought Koth.
Right.
Yes, and it was destroyed by giants.
It wasn't like leveled, but it was.
Yeah.
It did have like a bunch
The
of holes in
history-
it.
Like
The
it punched a
history
hole.
of it was getting
Yes, correct.
rocked by them.
Okay. West Deep. Goblin said he's from the West Deep.
No, that's where the changeling is from.
Shane looks from the West Deep, which is west. Well, there's a path through the worm smoke. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, Skull Gorge is the north of that. The first green patch by Jonesberry.
So what would you guys like to do with the rest of day 49?
If it is accessible to me at all, and I don't know if I would have had any time to have started doing some of this on day 46 post-battle or not, probably not. I would like to skin the red dragon if the carcass is available anywhere. And if not, probably help Redrick if he's doing any crafting.
I think by this time, the corpse would have been moved somewhere, probably.
For sure, because I would have went back to get the head where I hit it.
Yeah.
I did call dibs on the red dragon body.
I don't think if you asked for it, anyone would
Prevent me.
prevent you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I at this point, I doubt that it's still complete.
Sure.
But I bet you could still get a good deal of it if you wanted to.
Yeah. I would just try and get as much hide as I could.
Yeah, I think you could do that.
I don't know how to craft, but I can tell it was real hard to hit this thing.
Yeah.
So it's probably
Yeah.
worth something good.
I can. I can craft your frostring today if you or try to if you'd like me to.
That is, I would like you to, but if you have something else you'd rather do, that's fine too.
Not without finding a formula we didn't find before the fight, and I think it's only going to be harder now that the city's in disarray. We couldn't find it when things were organized. Finding it now.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
You should dream message a wish list to your pal in Denivar and ask him if there's a rune there for it.
I suppose I could, but we're not going that way. Although we,
No, he could send someone back with it.
I mean, I'm looking for those soft landing runes.
Yeah, those are
I had a close call there in the last fight, and Davian isn't going with us this time.
those are smart.
Can anyone else do that? Can anyone else make that happen?
No,
Very cool, awesome, fun.
I kind of just try not to end up in that situation.
Wow. Neat. But yeah, I can start day one of crafting it today. No roll required until tomorrow when I'm trying to finish it.
And I would after I would see my omen, I would basically tell everyone, going to see if I can find anything about where we might find Azarkul, but if I don't find anything by today, I think we need to head out tomorrow. I'd rather be blindly stumbling around looking for the place than waiting to hope for some more information while they complete this ritual. And I'll tell them a little bit about what I know.
You mean like what read omens is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the automatic right and what I know about the summoning, that I know that it's likely a summoning spell and what they're probably they could be summoning.
Well, we need to resupply quite a bit if we're gonna be fighting enemies as strong as the ones that we fought here, based off of what we learned about this place from your research. Extremely strong creatures. I'm assuming that everybody's not flush with gear and consumables right now. I'm all for going over there and getting the hunt started, but I'm also for making sure that it's successful.
We'll see what potions you can find today, Tor. Maybe if you aren't busy, you can see what you can find for us.
I can. I know someone who might be able to help us with potions.
See if you can get us some rations as well. Tell them we'll be needing it.
Maybe some lightning rods.
Those are just metal sticks.
Yeah.
Swords.
I'd prefer they would be ones that don't conduct towards me.
But yeah, I guess I'll go to the library and see if I can find. I'm hoping for is maybe some rough map of the worm smokes, something along those lines that'll help me like fill in the pieces from the automatic writing that I did.
Okay. Yeah, it's because you guys really don't know much about the Wormsmoke Mountains as it stands. But the library is pretty thorough, and so I think with a day of research, you would absolutely be able to find, like, if you look at that map that Lenny posted, and you zoom way in on the Wormsmoke, I think the thing that you would discover would be the trails. You'd find maps of the trails. So there's a trail that goes from the Elsier River on the south all the way up to the Dwarf Road to the north. But there's also a much smaller, lesser used trail that goes from the center of the Wormsmoke Mountains into the forest there, into the Witchwood. And it's not too far away from your suspicion, the Wrath Keep.
Yeah, the Wrath Keep is the start of the trail.
You wouldn't have really thought to look there otherwise.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, you see, referencing these maps, it becomes quite clear. The challenge is where on Earth, in this huge mountain range, the Fane would exist. The Goblin told you somewhere deep in the Wormsmokes, but yeah, you're not sure. You do know that it is a priority right now for Immerstal and the mages to search, but even Immerstal himself said that he hopes that Lady Call's folks find someone to interrogate, as that might be more valuable.
Does does the dragon armor have all the same properties as regular full plate
Yes.
as well? Okay.
Yes.
I'm sure. It's honestly easier to just take my full plate that I already had and just pretend like I just put the dragon hide material on it to remind me that it has this property than it is to customize something.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay. Sorry, we're trying to figure out where to go. What do we figure about this path that goes through the Wormsmoke Mountains?
Starts near Wrath
Keep.
that we killed Koth at.
Yeah.
But then where in the mountains the Fane is, there's basically no...
This reminds me of Rise of the Ruin Lords, where instead of just walking through the valley, we went out of our way to make it more complicated and hired a guide, and then still missed it, basically, almost.
God, but that was so fun.
I mean, that guy was great.
And
What's the snake's name?
And I'll bring up once I've done this research, I'll bring up to the rest of you. It's possible our best bet might be find some sort of patrol in the worm smoke, capture one of them, force them to lead us there or tell us where it is.
Yeah.
But if we have to rely on every day we wait is another day this ritual comes closer to conclusion. We'll see if Lady Call has anything by tomorrow morning, but
What did your ritual say? You did
the automatic writing or the read omens.
the read omens.
Oh. I will tell you.
Did you tell us?
Yes, I will tell you.
I think I missed that when I was screwing up my armor.
Wrath is but the first stone displaced in the avalanche. The story is long and treacherous, but inevitable. An ending shall see a mountain crumble, but from the dust either a new dawn or eternal night will rise.
Oh, cool. Wonderful. In other words, stop the thing. Maybe the ritual is to bring out eternal day. And we would bring out night if we stopped them. We don't know.
What a twist.
I'm gonna bet that's not the case. And if I'm wrong, I'll keep my words then later.
So how long do you guys stick around in Brindle?
I'm almost ready to leave the next morning. Is
Day,
how
day 50?
Yeah, so I mean, I would try to buy healing potions, restock us with
Yeah.
those.
If there are any.
and like supplies for travel as well. And sort of if we need to like throw Darmath's name around and say we need these supplies as we are going on a crucial mission, and I don't care that other people need MREs as well.
Jarmath can't do much for you in terms of magic items just yet, but in terms of supplies,
Yeah.
that he can make sure you have.
That's the main thing.
We need rope and climbing crap.
He will not bat an eye.
Yeah.
And probably, even though I'm assuming it can come through with us, it'd probably be good to just have a beast of burden to carry.
Yeah, it's actually up to 10.
Could have had that goblin.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. And then, I forget, how long does it take them to craft the spell strike arrows? Because we talked about that on 46, and it's a plus 50 or 25%.
Oh, plus 50% for those.
Okay. That takes them a day.
Takes
to
them a
craft
day.
4. Okay.
I am also going to, as part of those supplies, could he provide a pair of average grade manacles?
Yeah,
Okay, they're 20 gold.
that's fine.
Okay. Mine were taken from me.
That's fine. What he would probably do is just give you some from Jarmath Keep.
Okay. Unless he wants to upgrade me to the good ones.
I don't even know if he'd have any of those.
That's
He
fine.
could probably get some commission.
They
but-
jump from the level 3 item for average manacles at 20 gold. The good ones are level 9 item
Whoa!
at 250 gold.
What are they made of?
I don't know, but
Jeez.
the average ones require 4 successful DC 27 disabled device checks to break out of.
Jeez.
So the average ones are pretty good.
Wow! Wow!
With the good ones requiring 5 successes at DC 32.
Oh my gosh! Good luck.
Yeah.
So average ones are pretty fucking good. I had mine required, the ones I had required 3 successes at 22. So impossible, but not easy.
Also, I guess if we're on the morning of day 50, I would cast my other 2 read omens
Okay.
in the morning.
Okay. Same ones that you sent me.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. There's an item called False Manacle.
What does that do?
I I bet you.
Oh, it just looks like a manacle.
But like the person wearing it can just break out really easily. I bet.
Yeah.
For like when you're doing like those fake
Yeah,
like prisoner things.
Yeah.
A hidden release that enables the wearer who knows the location of the release to free themselves with a single interact action. An observer who examines the medical event succeeds at a DC 20 perception check notices it.
Oh, sorry. And how many potions was Tor able to get?
What are you trying? What are you looking for?
Just healing potions.
Let's see here. Those aren't too hard to find.
That's good. We'll take all of them.
Yep. I'm guessing other potions of fun are not as available.
The only reason they're easier to find is because they had been made for the combat, and there were some left at the end of.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave Davian with my old armor
Okay.
for him to sell since he has time in the city to take care of that.
I mean, we could sell it while working on getting potions and
Oh.
such.
You could do that too. I assume we were leaving immediately and have time to sell it.
No, it would be
You know, I'll
time.
sell it
day
myself.
40,
We'll
day
sell-
49.
Yeah, you
it
had all
can be
day.
sold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll sell it instead then.
You
Yes.
can sell it for normal for half the price, like as per normal.
No added bonus for being a Restolarian.
Jar math's not.
You can ask
Oh,
Jordan.
are you trying to sell it to Jarmath?
Yeah,
Mhm.
see if he's
He-
interested.
Yes, he will. He will pay a premium for it, although he asks that you give him time to like analyze the value.
Sure.
But he says if it's real, which he doesn't really doubt, that he'll make it like he'll either have it modified for himself to wear, or he'll make it a centerpiece of his manor. So
Yeah,
he's offering you quite a lot.
Cool. Yeah. Sure.
We were staying in
His key.
his keep anyway, so he can just take it from the room whenever.
From the stores of the from the remaining stores of the battle, there are 5 minor and 5 lesser and 2 moderate healing potions,
Okay.
and you can buy as many of them as you want.
All of them.
Probably all of them, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
would be wise.
Did anyone write that down?
Yep. 5 minor, 5 lesser, 2 moderate.
It's not in our sheet, but it can be. Are they at a premium?
Those ones aren't,
Oh, right, because
We
they're
don't
on
need them
hand.
anymore. Yeah. All right.
and they're already made. So
Yeah. Makes sense.
Cool.
I will need a handful of spell strike arrows charged.
Oh yeah, I can do those in like half an hour. Can charge as many as you need.
Do we want to divide up the potions?
Yes.
Yeah. We also have Davian's potions.
Oh yeah, he did leave
Scrolls.
those to us.
Yeah.
I don't care about the scrolls personally.
Apparently, he still. Did we use his moderate healing potion? Oh, the one Elion had. Elion had it, and Elion
Yeah,
didn't use
he
it, so we
didn't
still
need
have
to
that
use
now.
it.
Do we hear anything on? I guess within we'll say noon of day 50 from Lady Call or
neither Call nor Immerstal. Although, do you tell anyone you're leaving?
I would tell.
Probably.
Yeah, that we're thinking about leaving, and maybe I would specifically tell Immerstal as well that I think time is of the essence, and I would basically describe to him what I think's happening, and that if there's any information they have, we need it maybe by tonight.
Immerstal looks, for the record,
Mhm.
he looks absolutely exhausted.
Yeah.
He looks he looks like a dead man walking. He's not injured,
Yeah.
but he does not look well. And he seems to be just really pushing himself very, very hard to try to figure out what's going on. He does... I think he has... Sending. I'm almost positive he has sending. Is there a range on sending? There's not, right?
Planetary.
Planetary.
Which I love that's a new range.
Yeah.
He promises to immediately update you with that spell, should he learn anything, and that he understands that you want to make haste. He says under the circumstances, and because he obviously is aware of the details of what the researchers have been looking into, he's quite nervous himself. So unlike him, he doesn't make fun. He doesn't make any jokes.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any quips. He just basically acknowledges that, best of luck, and he says he'll let you know if he finds anything.
What do you guys think? Do you want to leave tonight?
Also, let him know to pass on anything. If Lady Call needs to pass this information, I don't imagine she has sending at her disposal.
Yeah.
He acknowledges he'll continue to meet with the council regularly, and probably will for the foreseeable future. So he'll be able to update you.
You guys see any reason to stay?
Well, unless we want to buy more consumables.
Did we get a second day to work in that room?
What day would you have started on?
2 days after the fight.
Day 49, right? Yeah, so you started on day 49.
Yeah.
So you would have had time to work on it.
On day 50.
Well, I was skinning the red dragon and we bought the potions. Did you meet with Immersed on day 49 or are we on day 50 right now?
It's day 50.
Okay. So, depends on when we leave today.
And you're stopping me?
Can wait till evening. We're gonna travel real fast, so.
True.
But it'd be better to do it while I'm in town.
Yeah.
So we can leave in the evening and get to Wrath Keep. Since
You're going directly to Wrath Keep. I'll let you know how long the travel is if that's where you want to go.
yeah, I think because I know where Wrath Keep is, it's a good landmark for us. Actually, I know where Skull Gorge is. The path. Does the path look like it goes through Skull Gorge Bridge, or is it through Wrath Keep? Do you know what I mean?
Skull Gorge Bridge
It's
is the Dawn Way. So
Okay.
that's like where the army would have had to go around. And you can certainly go that way. You're positive that'll get you to the same place because that's where the army came from.
Yeah.
But you suspect it's not the fastest route.
Okay. Yeah. Then I think Wrath Keep is where I would aim for. Since I know where that is, I know I can follow the Dawn Way to Drawlin's Ferry and then pop out near Wrath Keep.
Okay. So that's for you guys. That's roughly 5.5 days travel. So it's only 2 hours travel for you.
Are the armbands of athleticism going to me or is it one?
Sure.
You can take them.
You can take him because
Plus 2 flat bonus to athletics.
you grapple. That's your grapple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
So that
it doesn't-
100%
it
makes
doesn't-
sense.
I don't think that it applies to assurance, but still having a plus 21 to athletics
Yeah.
if I roll. Fucking watch out, dragons.
Doesn't insurance just give you plus 10 from your roll?
Plus 10 on top of my proficiency bonus.
Oh, so not item bonus.
So it doesn't include my strength, does not include item bonus, that includes stats bonuses. It's,
Yeah.
you can't make it go up.
For sure, I'll wait till evening. I guess final call. Does anyone want to stay? I think we've got all the potions we can get. We cleared them out.
Yeah.
We got all the supplies we can get.
I mean, I could have him, I guess, make one more batch of spell strike arrows today
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
if we don't care.
I could request them also to make another stanching scroll in case we need it.
Who would make that?
One of the clerics, maybe.
That'd be fine.
Because if bleeding
Or
continues to be a
any
theme here, that would be wonderful.
Consumable you want?
I think I've picked up on how to make a few myself, but just the healing potions.
Oh, nice.
Alright.
I also picked up that extra shield, Zach.
Oh yeah, you
So,
did.
if I just literally a shield in my hands just becomes a better shield, like the magically enchanted shield. So if my shield
Nice.
breaks, I can just.
How are you carrying it?
I guess. Is there room for 2 in a backpack? Is there like?
Yeah.
Yeah. It would take
I
me.
mean, I mean more from like a practical standpoint of like, I don't think you can have it attached to you so that you can draw it in one action. Like you can have one shield that does that, but I don't think you can wear 2 shields that you can draw in one action.
I
But
think
if you want to keep it in a backpack, that's fine.
I was thinking about hanging it off the side of the backpack.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's like, it's too bulky and obnoxious to probably
stick
have inside
into it.
anyway.
Yeah, but you could like strap it there so that you could like take an action to unstrap it and then an
Yeah.
action to draw it.
Sure. Yeah.
And I'm gonna have some scrolls commissioned on day 49 and 50, Zach. I'll put those in the dock.
Okay, sure. Yeah, just add the extra price to them, and that's all good.
Plus
What's the
50%.
50%?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm not getting anything. Not getting anything high level though, so we're okay.
How much? Well, how much are the stanching runes? I mean, we're back in buy mode. I hate this.
That's why I just went with the arrows and
Yeah.
that was done.
It's tough because I think you get the sense that like
This is last.
the time
purchase.
is of the essence as well.
I
and
know.
it's like,
I'd love to stick around and get more info and get more spell strike arrows, but at the same time, it's like, man, we've gotta. I think that it's good to get there with
Wait till
time.
somebody goes off, fight whatever comes out.
Yeah.
The thing is, if we get there
And
too,
just keep buying spell strike arrows, and then as long as I don't die, we're good. But as soon as I die, Tor is gonna be melee attacking with spell strike arrows.
and like my other thought is, if we get there time in advance, if we attack the place, we can maybe retreat. If
ain't no way.
yeah, well,
We're so good at retreating.
yeah. Well, if we need to rest up, then we don't have like, oh, we have to do it today. We have to take out their entire army in one day. So
I heard second level spell, so it's a 3rd level item.
I just wanted to make sure we had potions, and we do now. So
yep. Not much more you can do.
pot up. Did anybody write it in a place that we could distribute them? I think that's the only course of order.
No, can we just distribute them quick?
Yes.
There's 10 total. 11 counting the one we got from Elian. Right?
Yep.
So everyone take a minor. What was it?
Minor, lesser.
Minor and lesser.
Okay.
So everyone take a minor and a lesser.
Yep.
I could take. Maybe I'll just take 2 since I can't heal natively.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
What are you taking 2 of?
The minor and lesser, since there's 5 of each of those.
Okay.
Cool.
So minor, lesser. I will take what's moderate is the
Yeah.
other one.
Yeah.
We got 1 from Ilian, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
each of you should take 3 maybe, and I'll just take the 2 since I have the freest healing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then each of you can take minor, lesser,
Moderate.
moderate.
Okay.
Who's taking those then? Or all of us?
All of you.
Oh, okay.
monster, 1 moderate. Alright, I'm good.
Yep. So I guess in the evening we leave then.
Okay.
No objections here.
Before we leave, I'm gonna roll. Make my roll.
Yeah.
I go for it. Assist you.
I need to roll. This one I have to roll 11 or higher.
Shall I assist you?
Yeah. Oh, right. I crushed that one too.
Nice.
It only takes us being done with the war to
Yeah.
to actually roll these.
Done.
Okay, the frost rune's created.
Great.
Add it to the sheet to make sure. Same price as if we had bought it.
But not at 50%.
True. In theory. Right.
What's that?
It's not. If I make it myself, it's not a 50% markup.
Absolutely correct. Yes.
Well, I'm assuming that the materials I had to gather to make
Yeah,
it
sure.
were also marked up.
Yeah. But the material, it's the added cost is from their time.
That's what.
That's the cost. It's not the materials.
Okay. I'll also have, I guess. What level spell can the clerics make?
Up to 3rd, I believe.
I think it's
so-
3rd.
Yeah.
How much is the 3rd level scroll? 30 gold. We have enough. We can
It's
spare
pretty
20.
cheap.
3. Let's do heal scrolls too. 4 of those.
Okay.
120. Oops, no. They're 30 gold each. 4 of them, 1 craft. 100. Oh wait, no, they're 50% up, so they're 45 gold each. 4 of them.
Resist energy is on every spell list too. So I guess maybe a round of those.
Who makes resist energy spells?
Any it's on every list, so a cleric
Okay.
can do it.
So now we have the frost rune created, but it's not in your weapon yet. I talked about heal runes, healing potions, cauterized runes, scrolls. Did we craft energy resist scrolls? Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah.
We crafted some.
Yeah. I was saying one of the priests can
Oh.
do it.
Oh, should. Okay, we can do that.
Day
Which,
49, I'm thinking.
we have just time for three crafts.
And it's 2nd level.
So,
What scroll is it? Resist energy.
if it's low enough level and the clerics can do it, you have a lot of clerics that
Yeah.
that are
It's
available to
only
you.
a 2nd level spell, yeah.
It's the higher level stuff that's going to be very limited right now. Just
Yeah, we're not
because-
touching any
So
of them.
a 4th level one's much harder.
Yes.
We're not touching that, but
Well, a 4th level one targets 2 creatures and gives resistance 10. That's why I asked.
I think it takes 2 days though.
It's just going to be slow.
I'm joking.
It's not that you can't. It's just
Sure.
I mean,
if you want to take the time, you
They're
absolutely
good.
can.
They're good.
I mean, I could craft these myself in 1 day. No, yeah, I have the formula for level 2 spells, scrolls, so I could craft them in 1 day.
yeah, we're just not gonna have time.
Sorry, I would also buy an alchemist slab.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Alchemist
Nice.
slab.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
A
a slab.
lab.
A slab that you place an alchemist on. Or that comes from an
It takes a
alchemist.
full day for you to put the frost rune on.
Yeah, 8 hours. Unless I did it early that morning, we had someone else working out that night, do the transfer.
Yeah.
On that last day. But we'd be leaving late. Okay.
I mean, not if we want to get out. Granted, I don't know when we'll put it on then, but because we're not gonna have the time to sit for it. So,
I mean, theoretically somebody could stay up all night to work on it on day 49 and then work on it and then apply it on day 50. You'd just be fatigued. Because we're going to get there at night and then rest.
Oh, well then I can, well, assuming Zach lets me work a 16-hour shift on the last day, I can try it.
49 into
But
50.
I don't know.
I think that's okay.
Okay. Normally that's not. Are you still helping me?
Sure.
Okay, it's the same DC, same level item.
I'm helpful.
Need 11. Like, what? It's not natural 17.
Nice.
There you go.
Roll what, 18, 17,
There you
17?
go,
Craftsman
phosphorus.
checks him?
All-nighter. He pulls an all-nighter to get it on. Good job.
Oh,
So-
balm.
night of day 50. Is that right? You take a couple hours to travel to Wrathkeep.
Yeah, and before we leave, I'll tell Jarmath, and then I won't tell Lady Call because I despise that woman, but I'll maybe ask Tor or someone to ask, to let her know that she should go to Immerstal if she gets any information.
Did you put the thruster to my bill for your weapon?
You can put it on me.
Oh,
I
it
just
doesn't
I
matter.
copy pasted the line from the top instead of trying to figure out what it cost.
You land maybe a quarter mile from Wrathkeep. Not
Pretty
too
good.
bad.
Pretty good.
Obviously the dead of night,
Mm-hmm.
but there's just enough moonlight that you can navigate in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a fairly good sense of where the keep is.
Mhm.
You guys have been here before.
Is the manticore that we befriended still there?
Well, you don't see it like on top of the building as you approach.
Mm-hmm.
And the forest is pretty quiet. You don't hear anything, apart from the occasional movement that sounds like game in the forest. You don't hear much. Until you hear someone yell at you from the keep.
Mm-hmm.
From the direction of the keep.
The jar.
And he says, well, I'll be a Bugbear's Billy Club. Didn't think I was going to see you guys again.
God damn it.
George.
Yes, my guy.
And we'll end the session there today.
Let's go.
He is, as you look up, he's actually standing. If you recall, there is a tower that had like a huge hole in it where a boulder struck it. He's standing up there, looking out at you approaching. He's got a bow in hand, and he's just like shaking his head as he sees you coming. And as you kind of approach, you'll see his one of his dogs come out of the keep. And we'll end the session there for today, for this week.
I got us some XP, guys. We got to kill some.
Yeah.
My app wouldn't even calculate it. It wouldn't even give me a number. It was too weak.
Oh no!
It's like we actually lost experience fighting them. It's like a
bullying debuff.
It's like playing video games against a kid. You actually get worse because you just get sloppier.
Yeah.
Well, we learned a little bit from that.
Yeah, you did.
Guy that we ambushed. We learned that we learned the Red Dragon's name.
Got it, clothesline.
And that there's a lot of
It was Blues.